go. All right. Can y'all guys hear me? What's up, Strato? What's going on? What's up, Rob? Wait for people to slowly come in. How's everybody evening? 2 more days. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and then Wednesday is Christmas. Getting close to the year end. That fast. What's up, Joni? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Let's wait for more of you guys to show up before we just have just a little fun stream, just chatting with you guys for a bit. And you guys looking forward to the holidays? Oh, nice. Always gotta get that evening run in there. That's how I am. If I don't do it in the morning, I normally do it. I'll do it in the evening. It's cold now. It's getting really, really cold. Mhm. What's up, Wizzy? What's going on, bro? What's going on? All right. Put this here. Do. Let me see. All right, yeah, perfect. Let me go check this real quick. Yeah, so I'm really today I've just spent most of my day just I had to put up another little teaser for VK and everything like that. I was working on my other things for my Kickstarter and stuff. Uploaded. I was working on another YouTube video, a video that's going up on Wednesday for you guys to go check out as well. I'm on Christmas Day actually. Yeah, so I have a video for Christmas Day for you guys. So over at my nanas animating and chilling. Okay, cool, man. Yeah, man. Like I can't believe it. We already here at Christmas. I'm gonna try to play some of my backlog over Christmas, over the holidays and stuff. I'm gonna try to just take a break because I'm just constantly working over here. That's all I do. I love the work. Like I'm a workaholic, especially when it comes to things that my creations and stuff like that. 18 degrees to 38 degrees over here. Yeah, let me see. Ugh. It's like 28. It's like 28 degrees over here. So check out your animations on there. VK for Christmas. Thank you, Moogle Lord. Yeah. We starting to wind things up. As far as like the campaign is like getting prepared for the pre-order campaign. For Venus Orion Comics and VK itself. Um, like I said, I have another trailer coming out, another full trailer for you guys. I put like a little snippet up for you guys to look forward to it when it released on January 6th, 2025, on the day pre-orders go live and everything. I got a couple of podcasts that I'll be appearing on to promote my book as well, so I'll let you know when that's going to happen so you guys can come check it out. It says, I'm assuming Fahrenheit, not Celsius, right? Okay. We'll celebrate Christmas. Okay. But yeah, it's just been man, it's been a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. Like I said before, this is just something I've never done before. So I'm kind of like angsty. I'm kind of like this anxiety, everything just rushing to me right now because I'm getting closer and closer to the launch and just just looking forward to see where this go. It's about humbug to 2024. Said, but my sentiments will though they party and then bring some food from the party. Yeah, yeah. I don't know, like the holidays just haven't been like hot. Like I guess ever since I had a daughter, like the holiday, like even when it comes to birthdays and everything, it's just exciting to see my daughter get the things that she get. But I don't know. I'm a man that don't want much. I'm a man that feel like I have everything. Like, cause most of the time when Christmas comes, it's always like I want some video games. Back then when I was younger and stuff like that. And now that I'm self-employed, I have the ability to get whatever I want. Every day feels like Christmas to me. I can just get whatever I want. So like this, I don't even like I don't I got such a huge backlog. Like I don't really want anything for Christmas. I may start getting some clothes. I definitely need to start getting a whole new wardrobe. But anything else, I don't know. Like I don't know what I want for Christmas. My daughter, she gets me a little something, but as far as like getting myself anything, you know, I have a huge backlog. I have a huge backlog, so I have stuff still in the plastic, so you can count that as my Christmas gifts and stuff like that. So I'm just resetting. You said I'm just resting from preparing food for Christmas. You playing Super Mario World in my childhood. Yeah. I don't know. I think it'll be special. Christmas will probably be special again. When I actually like when I start, I'm gonna say it, especially when we move to the big house, move into the new house. And I guess I guess it'll feel like Christmas. I guess it would be like special again when I just decide to grow my family, have more kids and stuff like that. I think that's when Christmas would probably start I'll start feeling that, I guess you say, Christmas spirit again. Say you a positive man. We don't get much of that no more much. Well, you have to be positive, man. Like like life is too short to be fucking upset and pissed off all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I learned this. Like when there's things that's in life that you can't control, why be upset over it? Like that's how I learned how to get over things in life. Where if it's not in my control, if I can't control that, 90% of things in life you can control, and then the other 10% is out of your control. So the 90% of things you have control over. It's just about your discipline and your perspective on, on those situations that you're in and stuff. But you're the controller of your destiny and stuff. So your life experience is based on how you make it. While the other 10% is just curveballs that just slap you in the fucking face and shit like that. And it's out of your control and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I used to spend my life worrying about the 10%, the things that I can't control, you know what I'm saying? And getting stressing out over it. But I can't control it. Like there's nothing I can do. All I can do is just deal with it when it comes my way. That's all I can do. So once I started looking at life like that, like the things I can control, you know what I'm saying? So if I do fuck up or something didn't go my way and it was in my control, I learned not to get mad, or I get upset for a little bit, but I don't let it bother me because it was in my control, and either it screwed up or whatever like that, or it just didn't fall in my favor. You know what I'm saying? And I just have to move on from it. You know what I'm saying? So it's no sense of being upset all the time. Hold up, I'm gonna get everybody. Sup, code? What's going on? Said I finally stopped procrastinating, decided to sit down and read a book after putting it off for a long time. I'm reading The Hobbit right now, and now I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, man. Um, um, a lot of things that happen in our life, and a lot of things that don't go our way or whatever, it's all about it's all due to our procrastination. Us as human beings, we constantly push shit back and to get mad at everybody else or mad or at the world because how certain things didn't go our way when we had control over that. But instead, we just kept making excuses, kept pushing it back, kept pushing it back. And when you procrastinate on things, it allow other things to stack on top of the things that you're procrastinating on. Say for instance that you had a bill to pay, or you had something in mind that you wanted to do, and you just didn't get to it, right? So you keep pushing it off, and then something unexpected come in. Something that I always, like I just started saying, something that you had no control over. So something that comes in that you had no control over is stacked on top of something that you were supposed to do, but you procrastinated on. So then you got two problems that you got on your back, and now you're stressing out. Now you're stressing out is because you didn't deal with the first thing you're supposed to deal with, and since you didn't deal with it, it made it worse. And now this unexpected thing came in on top of the thing that you procrastinated on. And if you keep procrastinating, things just keep piling up, and now your life is stressful. So you got to get out. You have to get out of that procrastination habit. So Christmas might be gone for most folks, but I keep my good memories. Yeah, the problem is, like, I live in Philly, man. I remember growing up, especially looking in like the early, like look, especially in the '90s and stuff like that, early 2000s, man. It was just the Christmas spirit was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? The Christmas spirit was everywhere. I go down Center City, Philadelphia. It's lights, big Christmas trees, and everything, but you don't see that no more. You don't see that no more. You go like you used to go to the shopping centers, the malls, and it's just crowded with people. Christmas music everywhere. It's just that socialization, just being around a bunch of people that you don't know. You just see people everywhere interacting with each other and all those other type of things. But that spirit is going, man. I go down Center City now. You got some lights here or there. You got some Christmas trees here or there, but it's no longer there no more. The malls are dead, because everybody's doing shit online. No one is in it's more so in the it's more so in the West. Like in other countries, these foreign countries, their government and their society and their cultures are different. They encourage people to be outside and socialize and stuff. Americans or the West, we stay inside our fucking house all day. If we had a choice, like we have so many things at our leisure. We got our cell phones. We got our cell phones. You know what I'm saying? We got our mobile devices. We got all kinds of things. So we have no incentive. We have no incentive to go outside and interact with other people. So even during a time like this, it's dead. Like in Philadelphia, the malls are dead. The Christmas spirit is not there. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's doing their shopping online. Everybody's doing their shopping online. Everybody's staying in the house. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just shut in. No one is interacting. Center City is empty. Center City is not even crowded. That it's going. Like that spirit isn't there anymore. So people just be too busy looking for something to bitch about these days. Yeah. What I'm doing for the holidays, just chilling. I'm on live stream with you. I'm on live stream. I'm on live stream on Christmas until it's time to eat dinner. We having like turkey and macaroni and cheese, sweet potatoes, and all that type of stuff. So I'm looking forward to dinner. But yeah, that's the thing about that, man. Like, it's just not the same. That's I respect your mentality. Yeah, man. You got to. Yeah, so I'll be streaming for you guys on Christmas. So, hopefully you guys show up and we just chill and just laugh, joke. I might play a game. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. So don't hold that to me, but I will be streaming on Christmas though for you guys. Certain emotion gets us nowhere. Yep. Like panicking. Panicking, man, is you never. I'm teaching, and everything I teach, I'm telling you guys, and I'm teaching you guys is still. I'm saying this to myself as well because I'm always. This is a reminder for myself. Panicking gets you nowhere. Panicking solves nothing, especially as a man. Do not panic, man. You always gotta, even under the most stressful situations, try to stay in control. You know what I'm saying? Because once you get into the panic mode, you start thinking irrational. You start getting in your feelings and stuff like that, and then you make the situation worse. And me as a Blackson, I think I work better on. I hate it, but I work better under pressure. It always, like all of us in the house, all the males in this house, we work better when the gun is in there. Gun is to our head. We perform like we never performed before, or like that. And I'm trying to get into that mode because it feel like Ultra Instincts to me. And the reason why I say that is that I remember back in college, man. My senior year in college, and finals was coming, man. It was the hardest. My senior year was my hardest year because, like I said, man, and I'm saying this to a lot of you guys, especially when it comes to your life and decisions that you make and how your decisions can come back to bite you in the ass. That's why it's important to make good life choices and stuff like that. Because if you make bad life choices, it may not get you now, but it can definitely come back and bite you in your ass later. And if you're in college, I think this is a perfect segue for me to talk to you guys if you're in college. Now, I remember when I went back when I first went to college, you know, I had my academic advisor. My academic advisor makes suggestions, tell me what classes that I should pick for the semester and stuff. Because the whole goal is when you're in college, you want to make your college years as smooth sailing and enjoyable as possible. You get what I'm saying? So you have to create a strategy or a way to be able to get the classes that you need and get a lot of your major courses done, you know, earlier during your college, you know, years. So by the time you hit your senior year is like supposed to be like it can be like your easiest year because you got all your other courses out of the way. Now, I started out like that in my freshman year when I first went to college in 2005. But what happened was, um, that's when I met my baby mom because she wasn't in college. She wasn't in college. I was in college, and ended up making her my priority. So I wasn't really focused because my focus was on her and everything. Because she was my girlfriend at the time. She was my first girlfriend and stuff like that. So I ended up making her my priority. So I stopped going to my academic advisor and started just picking classes, just picking classes, you know. And then once I dropped out of college for a little bit and became a father over time and stuff like that, and then me and her broke up, you know, and I took custody of my daughter and stuff like that. My parents suggested I go back to school and everything like that. So I went back to college. No, my fault. I left Mansfield and then went to Millersville University. So when I went to Millersville University, most of my credits didn't transfer over from that college to the next college, which means if I was a freshman all over again. Yeah. And then that's when I end up dropping out after that for a little bit. So I end up going, so 2011, 2010, 2011, I ended up going back to college. And when I went back to college, man, I went back to Mansfield instead, which means those credits in Millersville didn't go over. So I screwed that up. So I was pretty much a sophomore or whatever like that. So when I went back, you know, I was on academic probation because I left with like I said, I made her my priority. My GPA, I wasn't doing my grades, I wasn't focusing and stuff. And I come back to school on academic probation, so I had to get my grades up, which I did that first. As soon as I came back, got my grades up or whatever like that. So I was fine. I was back in the clear again. So as I started going through the semesters or whatever like that, I finally got to my senior year, and that's where all my bad life choices, all my bad life choices, especially when it came to college and stuff, came back to bite me in the ass because all the courses, um, the bad decision makings and what courses that I picked in certain orders and stuff, and I wasn't seeing my academic advisor. It screwed me over because all of my major courses all hit me all at one time. My senior year, my senior year, I had no life, and all my classes was hard as fuck, and it required me to stay in my room all day, and my head was killing me. It was stressful. Man, business data analysis too, managerial finance, all kinds of shit, man. It was just hitting me. It was just hitting me left and right and everything. And everything. So yeah, so what happened was after that, I was just like, man, like what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna do, because it was hard, it was stressful. And and the business data analysis and managerial finances, I had to pass those. And managerial finance, I couldn't get no lower than no business data analysis, I couldn't get no lower than a B. because like you have to have a B, or like you couldn't get no lower than that. So I was sitting at a low C, like my average for that class. So that means my finals, I had to knock it out of the park in order for me to graduate and stuff. So I remember, man, I was stressing, I cried because it was so hard. But I bust my ass. Like that pressure on me, I bust my ass so hard. I never knew I had that type of I didn't know I had that type of talent. I didn't know I had the type of ability to work that hard before, especially when it comes to my education. Man, I felt like a genius, man. Like the way I was studying, I'm like, damn, why couldn't I have done this a long time ago? Why did I get to this point where the stress is on me and stuff, where I was able to tap into this ultra instincts type of mode? Like I was like, it's like I seen the Matrix, like Neo, when it came to this stuff, and I ended up graduating and everything and stuff. And then once I got out of college, man, like that drive that I had just disappeared. It's like I forgot it. Like I Goku after the tournament in Dragon Ball Super, when Vegeta asked him to do that Ultra Instincts, and he said he forgot how to do it. That's how it feels, and everything. And now I'm trying to get to this point to where I want to always be in Ultra Instincts. I always want to be in that mode. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to get in that mode where it's just like I'm just seeing the Matrix. Like I'm moving. It's like I'm moving naturally without thinking. My brain and my body is just moving and stuff like that. But I say this to say this: if you're in college, man, do not ever procrastinate. Go see your academic advisors and everything, and make your college experience as smooth as possible. Don't ever do. My senior year was stressful as hell. It was not fun. It was not fun. And you know what's also stressful? When it came down to graduation, they didn't like. I was waiting for my professor. The class that I need to actually pass. He didn't even submit the grades until after graduation. So I wasn't even sure if I graduated or not. I walked down the aisle, but I wasn't even sure if I got the B or not. Even though that I bust my ass at that finals, I still got my head like, yo, like I'm still stressing out. So even my graduation wasn't fun because I'm like, did I pass or not? But I did pass. Because what I found out is if when you go into like this room where you get the cap and gown, if your name wasn't on that list, then you didn't graduate or whatever like that. So my name was on the list. But I wish I would have known that or whatever like that. I wish I would have known that because some people who didn't graduate was like I heard last time, like the class that graduated before I did, you were still walking down. Some people still walking down the aisle and didn't graduate. You know what I'm saying? So that's what got me nervous and stuff like that. But yeah, I graduated, I passed and stuff. But I now I'm at this point in my life where I always want to be in Ultra Instincts mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it says procrastination all ends with, you know what? Let me pick this up and see how it works or something like that. Hello, Mugen. Same here. I'm from Philadelphia. Also, everything has changed, man. Yeah, man. It definitely changed, bro. It definitely changed. Yeah, I was thinking yesterday, like, what if they just took all this stuff away for a year and just forced us to go outside and be humans again? Yeah, the thing is, it's culture. The culture has to change, man. I think that's what the West is suffering from. The West is we're so isolated. Even in the same homes, we are isolated. What would I mean by that? If we're all in the same house, we're all in our phones. We all on the internet. We're not even communicating even in the same house with one another. You know what I'm saying? But luckily, I have that bond with my family where we always talk and we constantly together and stuff like that. So I have that bond. But communication has been so fucked up here in the West. People don't know how to talk to each other. People can't handle confrontation. People can't handle different opinions. It's because social media and the internet allows you to create your own echo chamber. It allows you to do that. So you're shielded from reality. You're shielded from the real world, and you're only covered and shielded by your own reality that you created. And that's really bad. Even when it comes down to dating between men and women. I know there's a lot of chicks that I do know who find it weird that guys approach them in person. So now it's harder for guys to talk to a chick is because she don't want you talking to her in person. She don't want you walking up to her, courting her, or trying to get to know her or trying to get her number and stuff. She finds it weird. because most of her interaction now is on fucking dating apps and social media, where she can hide behind her text messages like a coward and stuff like that, and be whoever she wants to be over text messages. And she can pretend to be whoever she wants to be and stuff like that. And vice versa, even with dudes. You know what I'm saying? But social media, the internet, especially in the West, man, it's just bad. Everybody's in their phones. Everybody's trying to turn something into a video to put on social media, put their business all over the net. And he said, "Do you think the decline of Christianity plays a part in decline?" Yeah, I was about to get to that. Strato. He said, "I see more stars of David than yeah." No, you're right. Say for instance, they don't even like even in New York City. I've seen something where people don't even say Christmas. They would rather say Feliz Navidad, which is the Spanish version of Merry Christmas, than actually say Merry Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like Christianity, the decline of the Christianity has done a lot. Has a lot to do with it. You remove prayer from church, and when you remove God, like the foundation of this country was built on Christianity, was built on God and the Bible and stuff like that. And even though our country is welcome of all religions, America was still built on the foundation of God and Christianity and stuff like that. And now that we're moving God out of everything, look at our culture. You know, we praise and we highlight the most negative things, or we highlight and we glamorize the deviant things and stuff like that. You know, homosexuality is it's highly praised and stuff. Trans and these having all these different identities and all this other type of stuff. All this stuff is put in the forefront and stuff. And that's the thing. This is why removing God. This is why they want to remove God, because when you have, even if you don't believe in God, if you believe in a higher authority, period, a spiritual authority, period, it lays conviction on you. You know, it gives you type of a morality and everything like that. Because when you believe that there's something higher than you won't do certain things, or you feel guilty about certain things. But when you remove God out of the picture, this is why homosexuality is and the rainbow flag and all these other type of LGBTQ movements is pushed up in the forefronts and stuff like that. You know, that's anti-Christ, that's anti-God. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's anti-God. So in order for you to be able to push this behavior, you have to get God out of the picture. Because if God is out of the picture, you don't feel guilty. You know what I'm saying? Right now, what we're experiencing right now, us as mankind, us as humankind and mankind and stuff like that, we're left to our own reprobated mind. We left to our own understanding. God talked about this before. When you're left to your own reprobated mind, you're left to your own understanding, you're bound to go down the path of destruction, because you remove the light, you remove God out of the picture. So now when you're left to your own understanding, you don't have God in the picture of like that, you start to remove boundaries. You know what I'm saying? You start to remove that stuff. You start bringing in that degeneracy and stuff like that, and you start to put that degeneracy in the forefront. You know, even if you don't believe in God, or if you don't believe in the Bible itself and stuff, and you just take the Bible as a story, look at Sodom and Gomorrah, man. God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, you know, because of all the degeneracy. You know, adults sleeping with minors. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of homosexuality going on. Hell, when the angel Michael came down to talk to I can't remember who Michael, because Michael had to get one I can't remember. Damn. See, like I'm trying to get my Bible stuff together. But yeah, the angel came down to tell one of God's people or whatever to get his family out of Sodom and Gomorrah. And when once he gets them the hell out of there, he told them not to look back. He left that specific instruction to one of his chosen people. So he told him to gather his people, gather his children. He had a wife. I think he had a wife, and he had two daughters, I believe, or a wife and a daughter. So the crazy part about it was the place was so sinful. When the angel Michael came down to give the message, the people in Sodom and Gomorrah seen how beautiful he was, and they wanted to fuck him. They wanted to sleep with him. You know what I'm saying? So that's how degenerate it was. And God had to wipe it clean, because that degeneracy was going to eventually spread. and stuff like that. So the lesson was God had got his calling man to get him out of there and get his people out of there. And he told him not to look back, because looking back is like looking back at the sin. You know what I'm saying? That you missed that sin. You get what I'm saying? So he got his daughter and his wife out of there. But this what happened. When he got his wife and his daughter out there, his daughter didn't listen. His daughter didn't listen to her father. She turned around to go look back because God was destroying Sodom and Gomorrah. And when she looked back, or like that, she got cursed. She turned into a pillar of salt because God left specific instruction not to look back as he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. And the daughter looked back, and when the daughter looked back, the father tried to tell her not to look back. She looked back anyway, and she turned to a pillar of salt. It's sitting on top of a cliff that looks down at Sodom and Gomorrah. So there's a lot of lessons about that. You know what I'm saying? Said it makes no sense. There are far more Christians in my area than other religions. Yeah, it seems like representation relatives. You gotta understand, man. Christian, like there's going to be a reckoning in the church. And what do I mean by there's going to be a reckoning in the church? Because Christianity is treated as a joke. The church has been treated as a joke. And the reason why the church has been treated as a joke, because you got to look at what the church is today. The church used to be very powerful a long time ago. The church used to have programs to help to feed the hungry, to help battered women, to shelter women and stuff like that. It used to educate the community. It used to do a lot of things back in the day. The church was very fucking powerful back then. But the church now today, the church is in bed with the government. The church was like, even during the pandemic, the church was getting handouts from the government, and they was opening up centers to give people the vaccines and everything. It was the church started sleeping in bed with the government. The church owns the government. The government owns the church now. And the reason why I'm saying that the church is going to experience a rude awakening is for the fact is, look at the church today. You got gay pastors. How is that fucking possible? You got trans pastors. Now, as I said before, yes, it's a sin for all those things and stuff like that. But how can you call yourself a man of God or a woman of God to preach or to be called forth to pass the word of God, and you still bathing in sin such as homosexuality, or you're a trans and all this type of stuff? You get what I'm saying? How can you preach that stuff? How can you preach that stuff and lead people when you're living in that sin? You know what I'm saying? So you got a lot of that stuff. You got a lot of that stuff going on in the church now. A lot of stuff is going on in the church, and and those people that claim to be leaders and stuff of the church, they're going to pay for that shit. They're going to answer for that because they turned their back on the people, and they gave them and they traded the church in for money. Oh, all right. What's up, Boris? If only my manager could hear this. Yeah. Not gonna lie, Mugen Lord. This whole conversation you're having is the exact thing I need right now because I'm feeling down the past week. Thanks for real talk. No problem. What's up? What's up, Akuma? Yeah, man. You're so mature. What degree do you have for college? Oh, I have a bachelor's degree in business administration. I have a bachelor's degree in that. Say, hey guys, just bored, corrupt, going to play it next year too once I install it. Okay, that's cool. What's up, Billy? My advisor saved my ass more than once in college. Yeah, man. Listen to your advisor. So I'm ready for this degree. He says, some peace of mind if you know. I'm telling you, isolation is a bitch word. Oh, he said, oh yeah, saw video and Jim Henson's The Muppets and Guess Even. I'm still working on projects on my own. Going to take another week-long break, but we'll resume when yeah, that's cool, man. So I don't think it's possible to be alternate instincts all the time since it's way too much pressure on your mind and body. You have a point, bro. You have a point. So my own hentai with the female muscle kind with Gimp. Okay. And we'll put it in DVR as well. It said, bro, I have seen women get angry when for men approaching them, bro. I've seen yeah. You can't approach women nowadays. I've seen it. Like I said, I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? Social media had destroyed that connection that physical contact and connection between everybody. Social media can trick you if you don't experience the real world in real life. Yeah, Johnny's man in a nutshell, all about his phone and social media. He said Mugen body pillar when transgender is the Baphomet. Yeah. He said I tried through college back and then dropped out, but in 2020 I was going for my AA degree, but dropped out numerous reasons. A lot. I said, I know this is unpopular, but I'm definitely starting to hate America so much, and I'm definitely not religious. I just believe there's something above all things and righteous. Yeah, man. Like I said, even if you don't believe in God, you know what I'm saying? But I believe that everybody should believe that there's a higher being, but something higher than them. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what puts everybody in check. We got to the point that we believe that ourselves that we're God. You know what I'm saying? Lots. Yeah. There you go. Wife pillar assault, something like that. So I went to college. Lot and his wife. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you guys got it. 2 daughters. Yup. Yeah, the church. What's up, Ruin? What's up? It's always tuning into weird. It seems just clicked on the stream and then all of a sudden gay. The church today is a joke. The average Christian is lukewarm. You got churches with Black Lives Matters, trans flags. Yeah. And God is gonna come back with vengeance on the church. You know what I'm saying? And just because somebody claimed that they're a woman of God or a man of God, I'm talking about these spiritual leaders. They're going to be the main ones that's going to get a first seat in hell. They're going to be the main ones that's going to have they're going to have a front row tickets to hell. These leaders that claims to be spiritual leaders, they're going to get the front row seat to hell. You plan to play Black with Wukong? Yeah, I'm going to play it at some point. I want a physical version because I think it's only in digital right now. Focus Bull 47. UI. Some men need to learn it. Yeah. So I'm trying to lead a good life and live by good morals, but I find it hard. The more degenerate our society has become, I feel the traditional good morals that formerly ruled our society are lost. Let me put it this way: I believe that humanity wants to live and survive. I believe at some point there is going to be a return, and that's why people call it the reawakening. I believe I think everybody around the world is going to reawaken consciously and everything, and everything's going to revert. It's going to go back. It's going to come back, back to the way things need to, supposed to be. I think that's going to happen, but in order for things like that, for things to go back to normal, things are going to get worse before it gets better. But I think we about to embark on that return. That's what I think that we're about to embark on, especially starting in 2025. I seriously believe that we're going to see a return back to normalcy, but it's not going to be without a fight. The ones that's in power right now, they're going to fight tooth and nail. It said you plan on streaming. I don't even got the game yet. Yeah, but I would like, man, I think that'd be good, the game to stream actually. So I may get it over the holidays. I'm not sure. If God doesn't destroy America, he'll owe Sodom and Gomorrah a huge apology. Yeah, that's if America continue to go down this path. I think America, the whole world is looking at America right now. Because you have to understand, if America falls, that's it. The whole entire world is going to fall. Because America, despite how people call America racist and all this type of stuff, everybody wants a piece of America. Everybody wants to live the American dream. That's why they're attacking America so bad, because America is the thing that's holding everything together. And if America falls, the entire world is going to fall. There will be a correction when things get really bad. Yeah. So I believe Christianity is very evil and demonic, and also a lot of this, that, and the other. I would say Christianity is evil and demonic. It's the people who hijacked it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what this is what people, and that's what's so sad. When it comes to religion in general, especially like Christianity, because I'm a Christian. I grew up Christian. I was born in a Christian household. My grandmother was an evangelist. My grandfather was a deacon and stuff like that. I grew up in the church. I grew up in the word and stuff like that. And the problem with today's Christians, and I think the problem with Christians, period, in general, is that a lot of people get a disgust with Christians, is that a lot of Christians tends to be hypocrites. A lot of Christians tends to point the finger, and you have these sections, you have these like these group of Christians who are so heavenly bound to the point that they're no earthly good, meaning that they're so holy. They think they're so holy. They think they're so righteous. They think they're so self-righteous and stuff like that, where they start to point the finger at so many other people. And what I learned about me being a Christian and stuff like that, and I separate myself from a lot of Christians, is that in order for you to spread the word of God, or if you want people to look into your faith, you have to connect with people first. You have to connect before you can correct people. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that I saved more. I believe I brought more people to Christ just by me being me, because I am a Christian, and you see how I behave and stuff. But when it comes to Christianity, it's about your personal relationship with Christ. It's about your personal relationship with Christ. And what I've seen with a lot of Christians is that they always constantly pointing the finger, or I see a lot of Christians that's so holy and whatever like that. But when you look at who they are as a person, or you find out a lot about them, they're the ones with the most skeletons in their closet. They're the ones that's into the most degenerate shit. But they use God or Jesus Christ as the weapon to attack others and stuff, and mostly attack other Christians. They want to prove that they're a better Christian than their fellow Christian and shit like that. And that's where Christians have lost the plot. And that's why I haven't been in church in a long time. And what people got to also understand too, just because you don't go to church doesn't mean that you're not a Christian. Jesus said that church is in the heart, man. The building itself is just a place. It's just a physical place where other Christians come together to fellowship and to also bring sinners in, to be introduced to Christ and stuff like that. But church is here. This is where church is at. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't been to church in a long time, but I've been a Christian my whole life, been baptized, everything. And I believe in God. I believe in Christ and stuff like that. And God had put his arms around me, protected me. He has blessed me in everything. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that a lot of these Christians, that preach about this, preach about that, talk down to other people. When I look at a lot of these Christians that act this way, they are the most, like I said, degenerate. And I always look, they're poor. Like, you talk about all these other things, but you're poor. Like what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? That's why when I got onto this journey, sort of creating hentai and all this other type of stuff, I really thought about what the church is going to think, what other Christians and other people is going to think. But when I started learning, I said, why am I worrying about what man think about me? It's all about what God thinks. And in my personal opinion, I think we overcomplicate God. We don't know how God actually is. We put God in a box and try to define them our way. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that God is really, really simple, more simple than we think he is and stuff like that. So, as I said before, if I would have listened to the church and worried about what the church thinks of me, I would be broke right now. But because of me doing the hentai made me a lot of money, and I was able to put myself in certain places. I was able to get my daughter through in private school. You get what I'm saying? And because of the hentai, I was able to start Venus Orion Comics. You know what I'm saying? I was able to do a lot of things. And God has continued to bless me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, I'm glad that I didn't allow the church, I didn't allow what other Christians think of me. And I stayed on the path. God still blessed me, man. He still blessed me. Let me see. Let me catch all you guys. Man, wait, hold up. God damn. Hold up. So many people came in. Hold up, I got you guys. I want to make sure I'm trying to lead a good life. And that I gave morals and voice. Yeah. What's up, Charles? Those who lead into captivity should be led into. So you plan on streaming in the future? Yeah, I will. I will, Code. God doesn't. I already got that already. Where's it? Society doesn't speak to me when it comes to my religious belief. Hail Mugen Lord, you maintain Dragon Ball literacy. Also, I'm pretty sure it was his wife, not his daughter. Yeah. You know me, mixed it up. Said, hi, Mugen Lord. As your title says, not ready. We live in dangerous times. Manga's global superpower, Christianity. I would just read Bible at home instead of heading to the church. Yeah, I believe atheism is evil by default because they have identity immorality. Antichrist religion, clothed in Christ. And you said, "Yo, Mugen Lord, do you believe it was a good idea for companies such as Cartoon Network to popularize?" No, it wasn't a good idea. It wasn't a good idea, man. That was all by plan. Cartoon Network is cartoons, and Cartoon Network is geared to a certain age. See, a person my age, I'm an older person. You're not going to change me. I'm stuck in my ways. Like, I'm old school. I grew up. I grew up in the church, and I grew up in the 90s where that shit, no one was playing that shit. No, we did. Like, my parents wasn't playing that LGBTQ shit and all that kind of stuff. I'm on stream. So oh no. Yeah, we wasn't they wasn't playing that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you can't change me. You can't convince me. You know what I'm saying?
Everything's finished.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. So tomorrow I'm probably gonna do some filming, but you got to give me that Kickstarter list, so maybe I can do like kind of like video and picture.
Oh, like how it is. Oh yeah, I'll give you all that. Yeah, I'll give you the screenshot to all of it. Okay. Like so you'll have the picture and how it all look and stuff like that, with the description and stuff like that.
Email it to me, and also I'm gonna need to take comic books with me.
Okay.
And stuff like that.
All right. And yeah, so they're not gonna convert me. They're after our kids. They're after your nephews. They're after your nieces. They're after your goddaughters. They're after your godsister. They're after them. They're not after you. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you grew up in my era, or if you're older than me. Y'all not gonna get caught up in that. They're after our kids. They're trying to groom our youth. They're trying to control them because they're going to be the future leaders of our society and stuff. So they can't get us. So they have to go after the young. You know what I'm saying? So those always talk down on others and now. Yep. So I don't think the world will fall, but the Western countries will. Who down with the U.S. will fall. You still have others down with the governments and are gotten out of line. So I work for FedEx and ready for this shit to be over. I bet. So I believe hell is a dimension that brings you down to your lower frequency and believe your biggest fear or demon amount of energy. Say amen. Pillar of salt sounds like euphemism for atomic blast. So what's up, Matt? So that's exactly why I don't go to church or participate in organized religion. Spirituality is more important than religion and stuff. Same, brother. You say, yup, they use Christianity as a sword against others and shield. Yeah. So that's why people look at Christianity as a joke, man, because a lot of our faith leaders and everything destroyed it, man. And now, like I said, a lot of the churches are in bed with the government now. You know what I'm saying? They sold out. You know, they sold out its people, you know, for money and all that type of stuff. So I learned most Christians are fake at a very young age, very quickly spot them. Especially especially when it comes to the women, like they were whores. They were whores in their youth, and all of a sudden they found God after they've been smacking around for a little bit and had a couple of kids and stuff, and all of a sudden they found God. All of a sudden, I'm Buddhist Catholic. Christians use shame and tattoo just to boost their ego. Hello, say hey, oh damn, oh okay. Likely Keo answer. Yeah, that was my brother. That was my brother Keo. So by the way, have you ever played Fallout? If so, which one? Nah, I'm not really like Fallout. I know they're probably good games, but that game, like I said, I'm not into Western games, and I'm not into like the 40s sets, the 40s, 50 settings and stuff like that. And the game looks horrible. The animations were always horrible. The game's always a buggy mess and stuff like that. I was just never into the Fallout, so you'll never catch me play those games. They're just like vampires. They don't breed, so they just have to bite one. Yeah, exactly. Judging by YouTube, most adults watch cartoons. Oh yeah. Most adults do. Say traditional Catholics aren't selling out. Many others don't either. However, you need to believe. Oh man, really, I still remember heading to church, seeing older women wearing tightest dresses, seeing all the panty lines, and no one called out. See, this is the thing. When it comes to the church, you gotta understand the Bible, because the problem is with people with the church is that these people try to act like they're Christ themselves. They try to be like the super perfect person that knows no wrong and stuff, and they try to pass judgment down on others. But you gotta understand, if you notice in the Bible, Jesus had used the most sinful of sinful people. Most of the most iconic and the most iconic people in the Bible that stood behind God or followed God's word and everything. Some of these people was killers. Some people were whores, all kinds of stuff. But their life changed. You know what I'm saying? Most of these people in the Bible, because why would God use somebody perfect? You know what I'm saying? He used the most flawed individuals. And some of these flawed individuals end up becoming incredible people. A lot of them turn their lives around and stuff like that. But here it is, Christians. A lot of Christians get it wrong. These Christians try to like pretend that like they these perfect people and try to cast judgment down on others and stuff. Especially they more so do it to other Christians a whole lot. It said, if they can convert you as an adult, they would have done that a long time ago. And who knows, they probably would have converted a million doses, unfortunately. It said, what are your thoughts on a Stellar Blade sequel? You think they'll make one? I haven't beat the game yet. Like I said, it's like a Souls game. Souls games is not my forte. So like I said, it's a slog trying to go through it. I mean, I'm liking the story. The story's not groundbreaking whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? It's a good game. It's a serviceable story. So I don't know. I don't know. I haven't beaten the game, so I don't know. A whole thing about like a sequel or whatever. So I'd rather watch anime than cartoons. To be more specific, I'd rather look at Japanese animated media than Western animated media. And the thing was like Western media animation used to be something that used to be a force to reckon with back in the day. And now Japanese media, and like somebody said in my stream chat 2 days ago, that West is starting to lose their culture when it comes to in the animation, like in the animation department, because everything is Japanese or everything is like East, East and stuff like that. And we are losing our culture as the West because it's been hijacked. You know what I'm saying? We have to take back our culture. We have to take it back as the West. You know what I'm saying? You cannot have the Bible without the church because somebody had to create the canon. And it says nobody can live by God's rule. God knows that we can. We are all imperfect. So Western animation copies Japan. Well, believe it or not, anime was copied by Disney. The anime, I watched a thing on history on anime. Anime came from Japan loved it, Mickey Mouse and the big eyes and stuff like that with Disney animation, and then they just copied from that and then they made their own thing from being inspired by Disney. Probably because some Christians think they learned their lessons in the Bible to the point that they think they can't fall into the same trap, and they end up falling in the same trap. It's not their worst, You should try French BDs. Their comics, except in style, more similar to manga. Okay, so Western anime used to be the shit back in the day, especially in the 80s, 90s. So did you hear about the terrible story in Germany where a Saudi migrant ran over several people in a Christmas market? Yeah, I heard about that. I saw people post up a clip like that, but I didn't really watch it. I didn't see, because I was doing something on it. I was working on my VK stuff and my Kickstarter stuff. So, but I seen like people passing and sharing it or something like that. I think it was caught on camera or something like that, and say it and stuff. So, yeah, man. Let me see. It says, what are your thoughts on this new indie called Corrupt? Are you going to check it out? I've never even watched it. I still haven't seen it yet. I'll look into it. The Japanese took notes and did it a million times better. Yeah. You said you believe 2025 will be a good year for entertainment and media. I think 2025 is going to be the year where everything going to start. You're going to start seeing the shifts start to happen. I think right now the culture is turning. It's doing a shift. It's slightly shifting, but I think 2025 is going to be the beginning of when we're going to start experiencing and seeing the difference and seeing the backlash and the pushback. And we're going to start seeing some companies, even we might even get shocked by some Western companies start to fall in line and fall in place and do a total shift. I think that's what we're going to start seeing in 2025. How, I don't know, like what part of 2025 could be mid to late 2025, but I think that's what we're going to start seeing all of this political nonsense and downhill spiral that the Western animation has done since the 2010s. All it did was make me learn to love and appreciate my childhood for what it was. Yeah, man. That's what I'm experiencing right now. Lately, people have been posting like clips of the 90s. Somebody had posted the Christmas of the 90s, And I remember that time. I like when, especially when you had like a video of Christmas 1995. I know the exact day. I know what I was doing on that very day. You know what I'm saying? In 1995 on Christmas and stuff like that. In 1995. You know what I'm saying? And it just takes me back. It makes me appreciate that era, that time, and how good I had it. And there was more unity, there was more family and stuff, you know, even back then. You know what I'm saying? And now you look at today, man, it's just, oh my god, man. It just gets me, man, every time. What's up? What's up? What's up? There's something special about the number 5. He said, just kidding. It says French and Japanese comics are cross-pollinated each other a lot. France was the first Western country to embrace manga. Okay, I'll definitely check it out. But yeah, man, like I look at this stuff, and then even it's funny, like 'cause my daughter, she one day they had like her school had like a Y2K theme, and she asked me I had some Y2K clothing. I'm like, Y2K clothing? What are you talking about? She said, you know, Y2K, and I'm thinking about like, oh, 2000, because you remember Y2K scare. Remember back in the day when the year 2000 was going to come, all computers, it can't read 00 or past 0 or something like that, and all the power, we was going to lose electricity and power. And the year 2000 and stuff, the Y2K scare. So that's what it took. She didn't know what that meant. I told her what Y2K was, and she said, oh, that's what that meant. She didn't know that was even a thing. And now you're starting to see kids in this era stylizing their rooms to look like the early 2000s in the 90s and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just funny. He said, "Did you hear Disney canceled a transgender storyline in the Pixar series Win or Lose?" Yeah, I heard. I saw people post articles on about that. You never know what you have until it's gone. Yeah, the 90s and the 2000s was far better time, not just in terms of media, but also the overall culture. Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. As also Mugalore, have you seen the anime called Firmrin Beyond the Journeys? And no, I heard of it, but I never watched it yet. 1999 by Prince in the Revolution. He said, "I've seen some of Firmrin. It gives off a Tolkien vibes. I finished. I haven't finished. You know, I haven't finished it yet, but I've enjoyed what I've seen so far. Yeah, I'll get around to it. Like I said, when it comes to anime, I can't sit down and watch anime like old like because here's the thing, anime I have to have a taste for it or whatever like that to sit down and actually watch anime, and I have to be in a mood for anime, and I'm very picky when it comes to anime, and because the thing is, when I do find an anime that I enjoy, I will sit down and watch it all day, and I won't get shit done at all. I won't get nothing done. I'll end up binging that anime all day, and that's why I very selective. I'm very selective of when and what time and when and what time I should watch a particular anime that I have my eyes on. So I think the holidays is a perfect time to me to sit down and watch some anime. But I don't watch anime like that. I don't digest it all the time. Like I said, Don is the first anime I watched all throughout 2024. That's the only anime that I watched this year. Only anime. I didn't watch no anime this whole year. Last year, the 2023, the only anime I watched was My Hero Academia. I caught up to the most recent season. That was the only anime I watched last year. So the reasons why the style and stuff and is because they want to experience what we experienced back in the Yep. Yo, what's up, Raku? What's going on, bro? Is Cape God back? I have no idea what that is. Would you consider Sailor Moon woke, both original and remake, because it featured lesbians and girl power? No, like, see, the thing is, just because lesbians in it, it doesn't make it woke. You know what I'm saying? Because the two girls, even though they were lesbians, that wasn't their identity. You know, it was more to them than just them being lesbians. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was young, I didn't know what the hell that was about. Cause I said, why this chick like wearing a suit look like a dude and shit like that? Even when I was young, I didn't understand that shit. But I like those. I end up liking those characters. I see nothing wrong with those characters because it was just more. It was just I love the lore. I like the Sailor. At first, I didn't like because I thought it was just too girly. But one day we were grounded when we was real young. Our parents had grounded us. I forgot what we did. We were grounded, so he wasn't allowed to play games. He wasn't allowed to play with our toys. All you can do was just sit in our room and watch TV. So all we did was watch TV. So on Cartoon Network, there was a thing called Super Chunk. A Super Chunk mean it'd be like a certain anime or a certain cartoon, and we'll play it for 4 hours straight. So we sat down and watched Sailor Moon. Me, my brother, and my sister, and Strike was a baby at the time. So it was me, Keo, and my sister, and we sat down and watched Sailor Moon for 4 hours. And I realized there was more to it. It wasn't just girl. It wasn't. Yeah, it was girly, but it was a lot to it. It was actually had some good story to it. And yeah, even the two lesbian characters and stuff. It didn't. They were just characters and stuff. It was more to it than their homosexual relationship and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And said, Nugget was a nice magical girl with the anime, which wasn't too girly. Yeah. And the thing is, like, and then there's some animes that's just too fucking weeby. It's just too weeb for me, where I'm like, yo, this is some weeb shit. And like, I just can't get into it. It's just too weeby. And like, it's just too cringy. You know what I'm saying? So like I just can't get into it. Because it was one, like, especially with some games, like some Japanese games. This is like my friend Sir Science tried to get me into the Neptunia series, Neptunia. And I love the concept of it, the Neptunia series or whatever like that. But oh my god, that game is, especially like even with the English dub, that game is weeby as fuck. I just could not get into it. The game just makes me cringe, with the interactions and all kinds of stuff in that damn game. I just couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it. How do you think the rapture would happen? To me, I don't know, man. Like, let's go down some rabbit holes of what I believe or whatever, what I think. Well, the Bible talks about that we're supposed to experience 1,000 years of peace first, or 100 years of peace. We're supposed to go through 100 years of false peace, or 100 or 1,000 years of peace before the rapture even happened. We haven't gotten to that peace period yet. We haven't had this false or this peace. There's 100 years. I think it's 100 years or 1,000 years. I can't remember. It's in Revelations. But we're supposed to experience 100 years or 1,000 years of peace first, or it's a false peace. It seems like everything is fine. It seems like everything is back in the natural order, and that's when the Antichrist is supposed to be ushered in. After this 100 years or 1,000 years of peace or something like that. So we haven't gotten that peace yet. We haven't even gotten to that. We haven't even gotten to that era yet. But to me, like I said, it's the Bible. Most of the Bible's metaphors. The rapture might be something completely different. And yeah, this character is originally male but changed to female and vice versa. Back in the day was arts censoring back in the day was so damn extra. The question is pre-millennial and post-millennial. Yeah. Well, censoring was crazy back then, but like I said, I grew up watching it, so it didn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember with Dragon Ball, the Ocean dub version, when Tien had lost his arm, the screen went black and white, and then the dub said, Tien said, "Wait till I grow my arm back." Tien can't grow his arm back. Yeah, the holidays be here. And Wednesday, well, I think Wednesday, I believe. But yeah, oh, and remember when he's fighting the Ginyu Force in the Ocean dub, when Gohan was fighting Goldo. Then the Ginyu Force dude with the eyes, the fat fuck, the little short fat fuck. You remember when Gohan went to try to go attack him, and then Goldo jumped in the air and he kicked him in the side, Gohan in the side of his neck. They even black and white that, because that shit like it knocked Gohan the fuck out. Like that, he kicked the shit out of Gohan. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I'm like I said, like me being young at the time, I didn't even think that was censorship. Like, I didn't think anything of it. I was just watching it, and when I was younger and stuff like that, Sorry, maybe I shouldn't use these terms. They are common knowledge. So did you hear story of the Jewish segment while I'm out that were busted for abusing us? No, I didn't hear that. Remember hell in DVC was known as, yeah, that too. The rapture is actually a day when the earth is supposed to be heated up by the sun, and all the natural beings and things are not supposed to be here and burn the sun. Like check this out. Let's go down some rabbit holes. Let's go down some rabbit holes for a second. That's why look, when it comes to like religion, when it comes to God and stuff like that, I just think it's interesting. Like I said, I'm always open to interpretations. I'm always open into to other things and stuff. Now, what I always found curious, what I always found suspicious to me was that the Catholics? I think it was the Catholics. I think it was the Catholics who decided, because you had the Book of Enoch. Now, who has the authority to decide what's canon to the Bible and what's not canon to the Bible? Because the Book of Enoch talks about a lot of the things that we're not, that's very, very like, whoa, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, the Book of Enoch talks about Nephilims. The Book of Enoch talks about Nephilims. And this is what I find so funny, where you have the Catholics or removed. They said that that's not canon. Like, who's them to decide what's canon, what's part of the Bible? But why did it take the Book of Enoch out? So the Book of Enoch talks about the Nephilim. The Nephilim were angels that fell, that came to earth, and they slept with the women. They slept with the women of earth. So the angels were coming down, sleeping with the women of earth, and the women of earth was having babies by these angels. And when they had these babies were known as the Nephilim. And the Nephilim, they were giants. These were giants, or whatever. Now check this out. They say that the Book of Enoch isn't canon to the Bible or whatever. But when you look at some of the things in the Book of Enoch, and they talk about how the giants came to be, was because the angels ascended, fell from heaven, and they slept with the women of earth, and they had their babies, and they were giants. The Nephilim were giants. Now check this out. They say it is not canon, but when you go actually read the Bible, look at David and Goliath. They said Goliath was a giant. So if Goliath was a giant, let's link it back. Let's go back to the Book of Enoch. The Book of Enoch talked about the giants. So if Goliath, I believe that Goliath was a Nephilim. That's what I believe. I believe it is canon. King James took it out. That's what's so crazy about it. Why would they take it out? That's why I believe there's a lot of things that's been taken out from the Bible, and we're being lied to. But God punished those angels because that was sinful. The angels that was an abomination. They weren't supposed to be sleeping with the women. Now, let's talk about Noah for a second. Let's talk about the great flood with Noah. And somebody had this interesting theory, and it makes sense. Now, this one guy had pointed out is that God had flooded the earth because, man, the evil and the sin of man. Like, man was just, like there was nothing you can do. It had to be a reset or whatever like that. Now, when you think about it, man, has been bathing in sin for such a long time at that time or whatever like that. So right now, I want to get it all right. Yeah. So you think that why would God just flood everybody or flood the entire world based on the fact that man is just corrupt and man is just evil? Like something had to be really catastrophic for God wanting to flood everything out. Now, this one guy had a theory because the Book of Enoch talked about that the angels, the Nephilims, and the angels that descended from heaven was crossbreeding humans, like human and animals. They were saying that there was human and animals, like crossbreeds between humans and animals that once walked this earth. This is what the Book of Enoch was talking about, or whatever. So remember, Noah had to pretty much restart the earth again by repopulating, because Noah, they was pretty much the guy was saying that Noah's bloodline was the only bloodline that was purely human, Because it was saying, so the guy was saying he was theorizing because if you factor in the book of Enoch, where you had the Nephilim, and then you had the Nephilims, and you had these angels crossbreeding humans with animals and all this kind of crazy shit, Earth was pretty much fucked up or whatever like that. So it would make much more sense why God would flood everything is because everything has been tainted. So the guy theorized that the flood had to happen, and Noah was the only one, and his bloodline was the only one that was purely human. So Noah's bloodline had to be the one to repopulate everything. And not only that, since his bloodline was the only purest one from God's creation, that his bloodline would be the only way for Jesus Christ to come. You get what I'm saying? Because if everybody else was crossbred, Jesus Christ wouldn't be able to come through these bloodlines. So the only bloodline the Savior or the Messiah was able to come through would have to come from a pure human bloodline. So that would be it. I'm just saying, this is just food for thought. This is just a rabbit hole and stuff to think about. So it says, 1 second. You need to look at the original language. So language being a giant was the same as the one in the book. You need to see if the original language word for Goliath being a giant. Well, that would also make sense. That would make sense. As a black man from Dusa, fuck no. Like Kwanzaa, why? Why? That God drowned the cat girls. So didn't he believe? Didn't people been like believe that there were giant trees a long time ago? Because they've been finding like these giant tree stumps that's like massive. I mean, like it's almost the size of it, like a couple. A massive tree stumps. And people like the Mana tree. If you ever played the Mana series and stuff like that, and you have that big ass Mana tree and stuff like that, they believe that those type of trees exist a long time ago, and you're able to those stumps. Because they were saying that these giants used to cut these trees. The book of Enoch talked about how the giants used to cut these massive trees down and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and they said these giants were Goliath. These giants were like really. You had different size giants. You had massive giants too. It's a hell of a theory that would actually make sense. So he said, I see the Adam and Eve was well as Noah, not describing the whole world. I mean, you cannot make a whole population from a single couple. Yeah, so yeah, there could be other people out there, but like I said, there's so much. Yeah, yep, Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy 9. Yeah. So they believe that they believe, because if you look up some videos about the giant tree stumps or they look like tree stumps, and think about Egypt. Like do you like at first I thought people were crazy when they talk about like the aliens helped the Egyptians make build pyramids and stuff like that. But now the more and more I think about it, like these stones like weigh millions, like they weigh tons. Like how can humans were able to do that? And they believe that it was giants, that giants were able to help build these pyramids, and the mathematics around these pyramids. It's just like you can't replicate it. Even the technology today, we can't replicate it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. That there's so many mysteries to our world. There's so many mysteries to our world that it's interesting. I love like that. Like my mind is always open for different interpretations and stuff like that, and everything. And plus, us as man, we always want to have questions for shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I believe that there's more to this world, there's more to this universe than what we know. And I believe that the elites in our government has the answers to a lot of this shit, and they're keeping it from us and using it for themselves and for their advantage. Now, historians know quite well how they ornate. It also wasn't super advanced. We can build such pyramids, but you can build them. But they were saying that because they said they had a bunch of cranes. They said they put them together, but the thing is, the way the pyramids are built, they won't fall apart or something like that. And they were saying that if you try to build the exact same way and the perfect symmetry and stuff, they would just collapse on itself or whatever. It was a whole video I watched, on it. Have you ever noticed the popular animes are the ones based off of their folklore and religion, like DBZ and Naruto? Why can't we do that with our religion and folklore and stuff like that? Well. V.S. Orion Comics may be doing something like that. A bit of that. You just want to wait and see. They align with the damn stars too. Yeah, they align with the stars. They can't replicate. They can't replicate the exact way. They found proprietors showing a strike by the workers because they didn't get enough beer and meat. Who say there's no hidden world somewhere in Antarctica? Well, some people believe that there's a portal. There may be a portal in Antarctica that leads to another world and stuff like that. It's all kinds of stuff. It's all kinds of stuff. Like I said, I find it interesting. I don't let it consume my life. I always like looking. I love going down the rabbit hole. I love it. It's fun, and it's hard to find people who like to talk about stuff like that. I would love to watch story of Jesus versus the alien invaders and stuff like that. But like for instance, you ever heard about Project Blue Beam? You ever heard about that conspiracy? Who heard of Project Blue Beam? Easy to replicate. We can also make buildings in the store. I think. Hold up 1 second, guys. My artist just hit me up. There we go. Oh, all right. Never heard of it. All right, let's talk about Project Blue Beam. And they're already trying to scare us with this. All right. It has to do with AI and it has to do with hologram technology. This is why, if you ever notice why AI is getting now, all of a sudden AI is getting more and more advanced, and you notice we're starting to see a lot of hologram stuff or whatever like that. All right, so this is what Project Blue Beam is. I'm seeing Sonic on Friday. All right, this is what Project Blue Beam. Like I said, when I say I go down a rabbit hole, I'm all in these different type of threads and discords and stuff like that. Project Blue Beam is the last ditch effort. It's the last ditch effort that our government is trying to do to bring about the New World Order. So what happens is they said that if all the other plans, like this woke shit, all this other type of stuff that they're trying to do, that they're trying to put on the people, and we're resisting and stuff like that. They were saying that the last ditch effort, because the powers that be don't want to lose their power. So the last thing, I'm gonna show you some hologram stuff in a second. Their last ditch effort is that they want to try to fake an alien invasion with holograms. They're going to try to fake, and they're going to try to fake an actual alien invasion. But these holograms are so advanced, because we starting to see. I'll show you some of the hologram technology we have now. But these holograms are so advanced. They said it's so advanced that you can't even tell that it's fake. So they were saying that what the government is going to do is it's going to have it's a bunch of satellites. It's going to be, you ain't going to be able to see the satellites. It's satellites all up in space. And what's going to happen is the news and the media it says first you're going to start hearing sightings. You're going to start hearing sightings of aliens. That they're seeing something in the air. They're seeing something on their radars that's coming and stuff like that. The media is going to be propagating. It's going to be all propaganda, talking about aliens and stuff like that. So what's going to happen is what you're going to see is you're actually going to start seeing ships. You're going to start seeing everything in the sky, but it's going to look so fucking real because this technology is so fucking advanced. You can't tell the difference. You won't be able to tell the difference. So what's going to happen is when this alien invasion happens, they're going to have a Christ-like or a Messiah figure that's going to descend from the sky. And what's going to happen is this Messiah figure is going to pop up in the sky, and everybody all over the world is going to be able to see this figure all over the world. Everybody will be able to see it. Now, with Project Blue Beam, this Messiah is going to come from the sky, and with this Messiah is going to speak to everybody. And the thing is, it's going to speak wherever part of the world you in. That Messiah is going to speak in that language. So it's going to speak in everybody's language. It's going to speak English. It's going to speak, Spanish or whatever you at. It's going to speak that language. This Messiah, and this Messiah is going to look so real that it's going to scare a lot of people, and people's going to look up in the sky and stuff like that. Now, they also said in Project Blue Beam that this Messiah is going to say that that it's going to come down and say that all the religions, this Messiah is going to say that all the religions that we know, the Islamic faith, the Christianity, Buddhism, all different type of religions, this Messiah is going to say that these religions are false religions, and that these religions were the things that brought about the situation that we're in, or whatever like that, and that this person, that this Messiah is saying that they are the only way, that they are the true religion, or whatever, and that if we give ourselves to this Messiah, that this Messiah will save us from this invasion, or whatever. And this is how they're going to try to get people to conform. They're going to get all the governments all over the world. It's all going to come together as one government to try to fight against this alien, quote unquote. It's not a real alien. These are holograms and stuff like that. And those who goes against, and those who don't believe in this so-called Messiah, these are the people that's going to get persecuted. This is when this is supposed to be when the tribulations and all this stuff, the end times. Exactly. So I'm gonna show you what hologram technology look like in a second. Hold up, my artist. You got to show the trailer I made there, and even you need to show them something that grab their attention. But yeah. Simple. 1 second, guys. All right, I'm gonna pull up some stuff so we can look at it. I'm gonna show you. It's crazy. All right, I'm gonna pull this one. I'm gonna pull up another one. Give me a second. Okay. All right. So let me pull this up. 1 second. All right. Bring it up. Share screen. This is a hologram right here, guys. These are holograms. These are holograms, and our government's got something way more advanced than this. We got shit that's way more advanced than this. Way more advanced than this. Let me find. I'm gonna find the another one. All right, let me grab. I'm gonna grab this one. But yeah, they got ones. The government has one that's way more advanced. Check this, and this is the one when he's promoting the Barbie movie. This is when he's promoting Barbie, and this is a hologram. The one I showed you with the whales, that was Dubai. Yeah, this one right here. Yeah, these things, it's freaky, dog. That's freaky. Then they have a let me see. Let me find another one for you. Something that y'all familiar with. Oh, here we go. Here's another one. I'm gonna bring it up for you guys. Y'all be familiar with this one. And this was for Final Fantasy VII Remake. These things are very, very, yeah, these things are very, very advanced. Very, very advanced. Yeah. Well, yeah, the government, that's what Project Bluebeam is. Project Bluebeam is going to have these these ultra, nope, it's nope, it's not CGI, it's hologram. Yeah. So the government has some, like I said, wherever you see that, wherever technology we got, the government got more technology, that got more advanced technology. Now, let's go down the rabbit hole. They believe also World War II had something to do with aliens as well. Talking about technology, that alien technology and stuff like that. They were saying how advanced the Germans was with their technology, because once America, after World War II, after Hitler was defeated and stuff, us Americans and many other countries took those German soldiers, took some of those German scientists and brought them back to our country to create medicines. Some of them even worked in NASA, I believe, and stuff. But yeah, America went to we went down there in World War II, fought the Nazis and stuff, and we took some of their Nazi scientists. So they believe that the Germans may have came in contact with aliens and all this other type of stuff. There's all kinds of other theories and stuff like that. But they were saying that we actually got, our government is keeping technology from us. They said they believe that we have technology that's 200. We're actually 200 years ahead. Like the technology that they're holding from us will put us 200 years ahead of our time. For America, hello everyone. This land, Indiana Jones 5 chase. The screens in Japan is fire. Yeah. They say that the Nazis had a literal time machine. But yeah, they were saying that their technology was too advanced. Young Pharaoh talked about this on his channel 5 years ago. Yeah. So like I said, like I said, some people think it's crazy. I'll always say this. This is what I always say. And me being a writer, and if you're an artist, I believe that when we create things, I don't think everything that we see, I don't believe everything's 100% original. If you get what I'm saying. I think us as human beings, we can only create something that we have that we have experienced, or something that we have seen, and then the cycle goes on. You create something, you put it out there, somebody see your shit, and then they see it, they experience it, then they take it, and then they create something of their own out of what they saw. So you get where I'm going with this. As far as like dragons, mermaids, spaceships, and all these other type of things. If you see where I'm going with this, I truly believe that someone has saw something that resembled this stuff or close to it, and then created their own thing out of what they saw. That they can't that's their interpretation of what they saw. I don't think that you could be able to create something just out of just something completely original out of your mind. You have to experience something, you have to have seen something, and then you're able to draw off of that experience to be able to create something. If you get what I'm saying. So that's why I believe when it comes, I don't think that somebody just created vampires just to create the stories of vampires or create mermaids or create dragons and these folklores and stuff like that. I believe that some of this stuff may have actually existed, some of it, or they seen something that was similar to it, and their brain couldn't process it from what they seen, and they just interpret it by what they seen with their own eyes. That's what I believe. So I'm a mechanical engineer. I did manufacture some drones. I could do holographic projection, synchronized. Oh, cool. So my leadership, you can all look up the documents from German scientists. It was long, hard. It's a long, hard process for many people. Rocketry happened before, and it made them very useful. Yeah, it's actually is this narrative. Yeah, like I said, I don't throw nothing off the table. I don't think nothing is off the table. Anything can be possible. Anything can be possible. Anything can be possible, man. Our world is full of mystery, dog. It truly is. And let's not get into the lizards, the reptilians. Let's not get into that. Yeah, let's not get into the reptilians, dog. Like, because that's a whole nother thing to itself. Next Tuesday is New Year's Eve. Yep, it is. It could literally be spliced government experiments. Yeah, that could be too. We don't know. We don't know. Collective stories preserved since right, large lizards now extinct. Yeah, like I said, anything. So he said Mortal Kombat. Let's not get into the reptilians, man. Like the shape shifting, the reptilians and shit like that. All kinds of stuff, man. It's all kinds of things. That people would think is crazy. Like I said, they don't put this like they don't put this stuff in our movies for no reason, man. You know the government, the CIA, plays a hand in Hollywood too. That stuff. Say AI robots. Dog, I'm telling you right now, the AI we got right now is a joke compared to what I'm telling you, we have more advanced AI than what's being let on. They just trickling out AI, just trickling out AI. And like I said, it's to groom you into getting used to this type of technology and stuff before they whip out the big stuff. Because when the big stuff come out, then you've been groomed into it. You're willing to accept whatever the elites put out there. Well, like I said, there was a story. Was it in Pakistan or was it Iran or Iraq? It was one of those places where they said soldiers had actually literally fought a giant. They said this giant was so huge he had a spear, and he said he was going. And it said it came out of a cave. It said it came out of a cave, and it had a big spear, and it was killing the soldiers. They had guns and shit like that. And then they said the government took it. They said the government has it because government itself is scared about too fast AI development. The government ain't scared. Don't believe anything the government says. The government want to use anything they can control us over. They don't care. The chicks can shape shift when you go to the bar and a few drinks. What's up, Cook? Follow the white rabbit. I love talking about this stuff with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I love talking about this stuff with you guys. You guys are able to have like entertain it, like have discussions with it. You don't even have to believe it, but we can at least talk about it. If you've seen Arcane, I haven't watched it and not going to even bother to watch Arcane. The government is scared because AI could take their control away. Indigenous have weapons that were made for giants. Yeah, like you all remember iRobot. Yeah, I finished. My daughter never seen it before. We watched it like last month. I still love that movie, but that movie did not age well as far as like visuals. I forgot how much CGI was and green screen was in that damn movie, but it's still a good movie. Definitely still a good movie. But yeah, man, it's so many mysteries, and I think one day we're gonna find out the truth about a lot of this stuff. In order for us to move to the next level of wherever this reawakening is, some of this stuff may be revealed. So iRobot was hype when it first dropped in theaters. My parents, we all went to the theaters when that came out. I was looking forward to that movie. Excuse me. Yeah, we can get a real life. Well, no, check this out. They said that cloning actually exists. They said the government can clone. Like this. You ever see this movie called The Island that the government had Hollywood removed? I mean, it was when did The Island come out? I can't find it anymore. Yeah, it came out in let me find it. I mean, what year this came out? I need to find out what year this came out. It came out in 2005. Yeah, it was called The Island, and they were saying that they was like they was cloning celebrities. They was cloning them. Well, as I said before, let's go down a rabbit hole. They said there's two methods. Let me make sure I get it right. They said They said there's two methods of cloning that they can do. There's two methods of them. They got the tech. They been have the technology. Always had the technology. They said there's two methods of cloning. They said one, you grow. They can grow a human. They can grow them. They grow them in a tube and everything. They said it's mixed with some type of animal DNA and stuff like that. But they said they can grow them, and they were saying they would use these clones to replace celebrities and replace people and stuff like that, like our politicians and everything. And they said that they have these cloning repair facilities underneath some of our hospitals, and they refer to these people. They refer to clones as the other people or whatever like that. And they would send them to they send them to the hospitals, and they send them underground. And like I said, because some of these they said these clones actually like glitch at times. Like they would have these, they would have these strokes, and they would go out of their minds and stuff like that. And then they said they had another type of form of cloning where what they would do is they said we had the technology where we can take our memories, our consciousness, and they can write it onto a computer. They can write it onto like a computer or AI and stuff, and then they can put it into whatever clone that they have and stuff like that. They said we had that technology. They said we had it for a very, very, very long time. So I don't think it's far fetched. I really don't like when you see these movies. Like, who comes up with this shit? Like, who comes up with this stuff? And they said that the CIA plays a part in Hollywood, gives them scripts to put out certain things and stuff like that. It's all kinds of stuff. So I believe that technology is possibly a real thing. Do you think Biden would have happened with that tech? I would not be surprised, but that nigga's got the remember, they also have the mask technology, the advanced mask technology, where they're saying that our politicians, some of them not even are politicians walking around. They said it is an actor. You see Mission Impossible where you have the mask. Well, they said the mask is so advanced that you can't. Most people say, "Yo, if you look at some of these politicians, where you're able to see like the outline underneath the neck." They said, look at some of the necks or behind the ear. But they believe that Biden that we see is not the real Biden. They believe that the actual Biden been going or whatever, and that's an actor. That's a person in a mask acting that way. That's acting this way or whatever like that. Yep, Project Mockingbird. Yeah, Project Mockingbird, it has a lot to do with the media. where the media, they're all in sync and they all they all put out the same message. Project Mockingbird. And if they all put out the same message at the same time, when people see this, if one media outlet is saying this and the next media outlet is saying the same exact thing, word and pretty much like word for word and stuff like that, it gets into people's head that this must be real. This must be real. This must be real news. This must be real information and stuff like that. So that's Project Mockingbird. That's also a bit of thing too. We're pretty good at explaining things and how clones are made. I actually went there Happy Holidays. Needs a new mask then. Yeah, didn't China say that they had like a cat girl? Like in the lab, they was doing experiments. They admitted they had like a cat girl or a cow girl or something like that. They was experimenting on this shit. That was like a couple years ago. I remember seeing an article on that China literally admitted that they did something like that. Remember, it happens all the time. If you think about, what we're experiencing right now in the gaming media and media in general is Project Mockingbird. It's Project Mockingbird. And the thing is, if you don't have the will or you don't have the mind, the mind fortitude to bypass that bullshit, you're going to get caught up in it. So they nearly made physically better humans. I can believe that too. I don't think that's impossible. So we got the technology. We got the technology to do a lot of this shit. We do. And that's why I don't see why people don't think it's a possibility. Yeah. He said the edgy can. It's like so if you keep telling the same lie, eventually, yeah, that's all it is. That's what Project Mockingbird is. If you keep telling the same lie, eventually it becomes the truth. They say, yeah, you just keep lying, and eventually people take it as true. Yeah, MK Ultra. It's in our movies. What do you think? You seen what happened in Captain America 3, the Civil War. You seen what happened to the Winter Soldier? That was MK Ultra. MK Ultra is when is a mind control, and it's different methods. There's different methods of MK Ultra, but one of the more I guess say recognizable or more familiar ones is where people has like two personalities. They live in a double life, but don't know they live in a double life until that person is set a word or a password. These like whoever their handlers are. So, say for instance, like this person pick up the phone, their handler calls them, and their handler knows the password. They know the keyword to say to them. They say the keyword, and then it triggers them. It opens their personality switch, and now they're under control. That's what it was. That's what MK Ultra was. If you look at Captain America, the Civil War, that's what Bucky was experiencing. Remember when they captured Bucky and when they had him trapped down, and then what's his name? He had the book and he started reading out those words. It triggered them. That was MK Ultra. He says, "Why is everything in multiverse now? That shit sucks. It got to be a psyop." So what if the government wants us to think is much more powerful than they think it is? Actually, Project Mockingbird is actually spiritually. Actually, how do you think killers or dealers exist in attacks mind? He said they're gang stalking facts. Metal Gear Solid. Jordan Peele said the brain transplant thing, get out, but he said it's only been performed on animals. Yeah, right. It's being performed on which comes too. It didn't work. These things don't work. These are old BS ideas about it. Old movies. Anyway, tired of that shit. Multiverse is lazy writing. Lazy writing. Yeah, man. He said, that's the same people. But yeah, man, it is. Like I said, I love talking about this stuff. It's hard to find people to talk about this stuff. Like I said, I like this is stuff I like to talk about. I don't like to talk about woke shit all day. They talk about how shit is woke all day and stuff like that. I like to talk about gaming. I like to talk about anime, and I like to talk about stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? It's just fun. It's fun to talk about this stuff. I like to hear what other people's interpretations and ideas are, and stuff like that. I think it's pretty cool. I don't even know if it's lazy. It's creative nonsensical. I mean, if multiverse is done right, you know, I don't mind multiverse if it's done right and if it's not being spammed. And that's the problem. The multiverse thing, it's Marvel had given multiverse a bad name. Let's just I would just say that. Because in the past, I don't think people cared about that. And most people didn't even know what multiverse was. Unless you was a comic book fan or whatever like that, or if you was into sci-fi, you know what I'm saying? Then you would know what a multiverse is. But most of the mainstream didn't know what a multiverse was. I think the MCU, Marvel had given it a bad name. You remember when they said if you want to catch a pedophile, you should catch the guy living next to me. Person next to him was P. Diller. Oh wow, I didn't know that. It's also fun arguing against the more out there stuff. Mortal Kombat got so insanely stupid. Yeah, it did. What's the worst game you've played in your life? Woo! The worst game I played in my life was I would say Bubsy 3D. Bubsy 3D was ass. I was disappointed in that damn game. It was on PS1. Bubsy 3D was complete ass. Complete ass. So disappointed. So disappointed in that. Did you hear about the DC releasing a Harley Quinn comic where the whole point of it is her farting? Yeah, I seen that shit. Ew, man. I swear, I'm telling you, dog. There's some like it's these weirdos that's working in these companies that's doing this shit, dog. Like a comic about Harley Quinn farting, and I saw the cover. That shit looked nasty. Like, what's the fucking point? You got these fucking weirdos working in these companies now. Always hated it with the Western comics. It's why I stayed reading manga. Not that Japan doesn't have its own dabbles in multiverse, but it doesn't feel as everywhere in the media. For me, it's Spawn the Eternal, Rules, Bubsy, one of the most forgotten game characters. Yeah, Bubsy 3D was. Yeah, Bubsy 3D. I had that on PS1, dog. I had a choice. My dad, like, I had a choice if I wanted to get Bubsy 3D or Robotron 2000 on the PS1. And I chose fucking Bubsy. And that was the first ever game that I ever returned and got a new game. My dad took me back to the store and got a new game. That game was just horrible. The worst game I played was Final Fight Streetwise. I love that game. Yeah, I watched a retrospective on that. So you remember the Glover game on N64? Yeah, my little brother had Glover. I thought that game. I guess the concept was unique, but why the fuck would I want to play as a fucking glove? Yeah, like why? Like why would I want to play as a glove? Like answer that. Say Glover was good though. I'm not saying that it's not good. My brother I played Glover. It's interesting, but I couldn't play. I just couldn't grasp the concept of playing as a fucking glove. I just didn't want to do it. Like I said, there's certain for me to get to try a game, your character has to be appealing to me. Your character has to be appealing just to pull me in to give the game a try. Rather, I stick around with the game depends on if the gameplay gets me. You know what I'm saying? But when I seen that fucking glove, I was like, why the fuck would I want to play as a damn glove? I ain't playing that shit. Vector Man. Yeah, I remember. Remember, Vector Man was supposed to come out with a PS2 game, and that got canceled. Speaking of multiverse, I hate Spider-Man's brand was so cheapened by there being so many different Spider-Man. Yeah, man. Like I said, it's all about money. Especially Sony had ruined Spider-Man, and they now after Kraven the Hunter, they talk about just canceling their whole Spider-Verse. Because first of all, how can you create a Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man himself, which is fucking stupid? Because they made that deal with Marvel to share Spider-Man to put him in the MCU. So I mean, they can't use Spider-Man or whatever like that. They only use the properties the other properties within Spider-Man itself, like its villains. I don't want to watch a movie about villains. Now, as I said before, I don't mind a unique concept. And guess what they did? Guess what DC did? I've never seen a Joker movie, and I didn't want to say, well, I don't want to see a movie about Joker. I like Batman. I don't want to watch something without Batman in it. But this is what I did say. I said, and when the first Joker was successful, I said, okay, if they are going to do the villain thing, I said what a neat concept would be is if they do a Clayface movie. And guess what? They announced that they are working on a Clayface movie. Clayface is coming out with a movie. I think that would be a good horror film. Clayface is a good tragic horror film. Clayface would make a good movie. Clayface would definitely make a good movie. So legit, I'm not that big of a Miles Morales fan. As a kid, I couldn't even get it. Just make stuff they can jack off to and speed time down. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with DC, man. Like that's just messing shit up. So what DC speedless? Look, let me put it this way, man. I like Harley Quinn, but at this point, Harley Quinn is over fucking rated. I like Harley Quinn, but she's overrated. She's in every fucking thing. Remember Toe Jam and Earl, Panic and Food? I've never played Toe Jam and Earl. I know who Toe Jam and Earl is because my cousin had Toe Jam and Earl, but I never played any of their games. The worst game I've ever played in my life was Clay Fighters. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I forgot all about that game. My cousin had that game on the SNES. That game was horrible. I didn't even bother to play it. I watched him play it because he gave me the controller. I said, no, I'm good. And I was young. Like, we were young. It's the best fighting game, Killer Instinct, and I'm playing 2013 version right now. Yeah, 2013 version is really good. I grew up with Killer Instincts, but I wasn't really a fan of it because I was so bought into the Mortal Kombat Kool-Aid. I always thought Killer Instincts was a generic version of Mortal Kombat. That's why I never really got into it back then. I played it, but I never really like dug deep into it because I always thought it was like a generic Mortal Kombat. But I like the 2013 version. I love that. I got it on PC. I love it. Love the hell out of it. They say you eat with your eyes. I think the same thing applies with games. You want to see a cool character. If the character looks lame, why would you want to play as them? Yeah, that's why I don't understand the whole point when it comes to female characters. If you want to make the female character a primary lead or whatever like that, like the character still needs to look male or female. I like attractive looking male characters. He still has to be appealing too. Like he needs to look like a badass. He needs to have some type of attraction to him for me to be like, yo, that's the character I want to play as. He's bad. He is a fucking badass. You know what I'm saying? He look cool as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I am. So why can I have that same? Why can I apply that same logic to my female characters? But when you do that with female characters, you're an incel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Harley Quinn is oversaturated. Would you watch a Lobo movie? Fuck no. My worst game I ever played and I've ever experienced was Mortal Kombat Special Forces. Oh, that was the game with Jackson Sonya, right? That was on PS1. Yeah. Trump trying to explain the UFOs. Anyone remember Dynamite Hetty? No, I never heard of Hetty. Although Dynamite Harry? Clayfires was decent, but not truly good. Harley Quinn suffered from Deadpool curse. I'm so sick of seeing Deadpool and Harley Quinn with stupid fucking pink and blue pigtails. Yeah. Who thought fake Clayfires was a good idea? Now, I would say this. The reason why I like the 90s, like the 80s to 90s of gaming, was because that was a time where gaming was still a newborn. It wasn't mainstream yet. And during that time, you had so much competition. And that was good for gamers. You had so many different kind of games. Developers were even willing to take risk and try different games. So even though some of these games was ass, but as a gamer, you had a whole archive of different, you had so many different fighting games. You had so many different fighting games. You know? But once gaming became mainstream and once these development costs started becoming more and more expensive and bloated, now developers can't go out and make those risks no more. They can't do it. that to stick to what worked. A long time ago, there was a shit ton of fighting games you never heard of. But now that you look, you got your main fighters: Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken. Yeah, you got your Guilty Gears. Guilty Gears just started coming strong once Guilty Gear Rev came out and stuff like that, and then we got Strive and stuff. But for a while, it boiled down to just Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Tekken for a long while. Yes, you had your Dear Lives here, your Virtual Fighters here or there, and Soul Calibers, but they were the main three. It boiled down to those three. It started shrinking. Fighting games started shrinking, but it wasn't just fighting games; just gaming in general. Remember back then, consoles. You had all kinds of console manufacturers. You had all kinds of consoles. You had Intellivision, ColecoVision, Atari. You had Nintendo. You had Sega. You know what I'm saying? You had Sony. You had Hudson with the TurboGrafx. Well, in America, called the TurboGrafx, but it's called the PC Engine in Japan. You had all these different consoles, and you had Microsoft. You had all these different consoles back in the day. Even EA with the 3DO. Even EA had a console, which was the 3DO. I own that too. You know what I'm saying? You had all these different consoles that was out, and it was just a wonder to be a gamer, because there were so many different things. Oh yeah, SNK had the Neo Geo. You had so many consoles that were out. Now it's just boiled down to Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony. Just boil it down to those three now, and it show you how much things has changed and how mainstream gaming has become. So this is the worst game I've ever played was Mighty Number 9. He said, I remember that game was so hyped and was promising, but boy, did it turn out to be this, because it was Inafune. It's Inafune. It was him. He did that. And what I learned was that he wasn't the real father of Mega Man. He was the one that created Zero, from what I remember. He created Zero. He wasn't the father of Mega Man. He was put on the face for Mega Man because the original father of Mega Man stepped away. 1 second, guys. One second, was my artist up. Let me see. 1 second, guys. I will get back to this thing. Yeah. Oh my god. All right, yeah. So Inafune, from what I remember, I was looking at videos and the history of all this, that he's not the father of Mega Man. He created Zero or whatever. But he's been pushing that as leverage, that he's the father of Mega Man and stuff like that, to get people to back that project. And after he collected all that money, he was creating other projects. He was creating a spiritual successor to Mega Man Legends, while people were still waiting for the Mighty Number 9 campaign and the development to finish and stuff like that. It was a whole disaster. Bloody roar. Yeah, even funny, he really did mess it up. So women don't want to play as ugly characters, like when women call Lizzo beautiful. If you tell a woman she looks like Lizzo, there's a coin flip chance that she'll slap you. Yeah, because women are hypocrites. Women are fake when it comes to that. Women would defend Lizzo, right? But then if you say that she looks like Lizzo, she will feel insulted, because it's all fake. Women don't support each other. Women don't, because let me tell you something about women. Women are just as competitive as men, if not even more competitive. Because if a woman constantly keeps telling a woman who's fat and ugly and call her beautiful, that's less competition for her. Boost her self-esteem, because if you tell her she's beautiful the way she is, she's not going to do anything to change herself. She's not going to fix her weight. She's going to continue to keep eating and getting fatter and fatter. So that's less competition for her, for the woman who's telling her that she looks beautiful the way she is. Women are like, yo, you don't understand. That's how women are. They do shit like that. They will do shit like that. everything is a sequel or remake now. Yeah, everything is a sequel and a remake now, and that is sad. Now, this is the thing. Don't get me wrong. I always run remakes to some of my favorite games because, like I said, some of these games are so old. Some of these games are so old, and they need to be brought back up. You know what I'm saying? To modern times. Keep the spirit and keep everything that made the original the way it was, but add modern quality of life to it. That's all you need to do. But they're not doing that now. They're not even remakes. They're reimagining a lot of these games. One second, guys. One second, guys. As Mars. Oh yeah, so yeah, that's the sad part about it. You say a Balls 3D is the best fighting game ever made. Doing what? I miss Dead or Alive, man. Bro, Dead or Alive is still my favorite 3D fighter of all time. I love me some DOA, man. Don't even get me started. Yeah, she started losing weight now. I miss when there was a whole bunch of fighting games all over the place. Yeah. It was crazy back then. It was fucking crazy back then with the fighting games. It was a lot of fighting games. There's a lot that was out there, man. It was a whole lot that was out there. Neo Geo, No More Battle Arena Toshinden. I got Battle Arena Toshinden 1, 2, and 3. I got all 3 of them games. What's up, Chris? Mm-hmm. But yeah, Jax. Most were really expensive. 3DO was so unaffordable. Yeah, my dad, I had a 3DO. 3DO was like $700 back in the day, and that was in the 90s. It was like $700 or $800. Yeah, I had a 3DO. I still have it. Didn't create a real company. Take care, that man's guy amongst men outsourced everything. Damn. Sugar Stream. Okay, thanks, Chris. He was the co-creator of Mega Man. He made the concept for the game, not the character design. Okay. So there was a cohesive team, small team game. He finally took over for Mega Man 3 onwards. He also outsourced Mighty 99 and then it worked on something else. And he outsourced every task to somebody else. Same happened. The same happened with some of the failed projects beyond Wonder World. Yeah, that was a shame. Beyond Wonder World. That was a shame because I was looking for it. I was hoping to see a Knights type of successor. Crimbus fades. Vivo Joe 3. Lack of creativity is real. I always wanted a remake to Final Fantasy 7 until we got. Yeah, I talked about this before. I'm doing the Final Fantasy. This week I'm gonna be doing a fun stream. I'm gonna be doing a stream. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna make like a diagram and everything. How I would approach and did utilizing what they have. How I would approach Final Fantasy 7 remake if I made my own. If I was the one behind developing it, how I would have approached it. So that's gonna be a fun stream. I hope you guys appear for that and everything. So I'm down for sequels and remakes, but where's the new stuff? Yeah, because the new stuff costs money. And what's going on is these budgets are so bloated that they having a hard they can't chance it. And some of these newer IPs are going to take 4 to 5 years to develop. You know? Half-Life 3, man. Everybody's still waiting on that. I think the closest that we ever going to get to Half-Life 3 or somewhat that Half-Life experience, you're going to have to get Half-Life Alyx. I love it for VR. I'm gonna repeat this. You can't bash VR until you play Half-Life Alyx. If you don't like Half-Life Alyx in VR, then go ahead, bash. Go ahead right away. Bash. You can bash it as much as you want after that. If you don't like Half-Life Alyx, that is the definitive VR experience. Same, bro. DOA is the best. Yup. You will accept The Last of Us Part 2 HD Definitive Edition with a smile on your face. Yeah. Like, come on. Give us DOA, man. Give us DOA, bro. Said people only like the DOA. That's not true, man. That's not true. And see, that's the stereotype that DOA has always been stung with. Everybody thinking they like it because of the women. No, that game is that good. That game is that good. You gotta play the game in order to know that for a fact. SNK was the main place for fighting games back then. Fighting games you never heard of. Main place for fighting games back in the day. I wasn't an SNK kid. I was a Capcom kid. To me, the only thing that I enjoyed about SNK was Metal Slug and Samurai Showdown. That was very, very different. Like, I could not get into SNK's like visual styles. Like, I always thought that SNK characters were so generic to me because I grew like I love Capcom like with Street Fighter. When I looked at Street Fighter and I looked at King of Fighters, I was like you have characters like you have the character names Ryu, Guile, Balrog, Vega, M. Bison, you know what I'm saying, Blanca. But then you turn around, you got characters on the other side, mature, Vice. You know what I'm saying? What's the other character? What's the, I see it. Let me see. Was it Clark? You have all these like these generic, and then a lot of the characters didn't have. What's the character? What's that character? Let me get these characters real quick. Okay, I want to make sure I get these names right. King, like the outfits never stood out, and everything. Everybody just looked like dressed in regular clothing. You had some characters that had these like weird, wacky, like type outfits or outfits that looks like a video game outfit. But everybody, like, what's his name? Was it Robert? This dude just wearing, he's wearing like this dude's wearing gaiters, slacks, and a nice vest. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like out like these characters didn't have anything that really appealed to me as far as their looks or whatever like that. Last of Us got gay. He said my aunt randomly had a 3DO back in the day. Had no idea it cost that much. Yeah, 3DO was expensive as shit. Only had Toshin 3 until Toshin Subaru 4. I didn't know they had a 4. My father used to play Battery and Toshin with me. Yeah, Battery and Toshin was a PlayStation launch title. I still have it. When one day when I moved to the new house, I'm gonna unpack everything. I'm gonna do a stream. I'm also gonna do a couple of videos. I'm gonna do some videos, a video series, showing you all my old game collections and consoles and stuff like that. It's gonna be fun. Yo, what's up, Cavern? So we talking about worst games ever played. Mine is Watchdog Legion, one of the worst sequels ever. Not as bad as Last of Us 2, but still a massive step down. Kingdom Come, Deliverance 2. I almost buy DOA 2 Hardcore. So Mega Man is one of my favorite IPs of all time. Like, also, please accept my Streamlabs request. Huh? To your Streamlabs request. What you talk? What Streamlab request? How do I don't what request? I don't hold up. I don't. It's also please accept my Streamlabs request. I don't know how do I accept it. I don't know. Like, let me see. Streamlabs. Hold up, guys. Yeah, it's a lot of things that I'm still trying to figure out with this streaming stuff, guys. Hold on 1 second. I don't know what's going on here. Let me check my Streamlabs. See what's going on. All right, hold up, guys. I wonder if it's going to give me a notification for anything or do. Yeah, I don't know. All right, it says, yeah, I see it on my Streamlab thing. It said you tipped it. And thanks, by the way. And it showed that you sent it. It says that you sent it, Cook. And that's what my Streamlab is saying. Yeah, it shows it right here. But it's not popping up on my it's not popping up on my chat though. I might have to look into that. I might look into that. So all fighting games have titties. Why single out DOA? Yeah, exactly. They made Mega Man 11 not that far back. DOA is tough. I like DOA when I was a kid because of the counter system and knocking people off the stages. Thank you. That was the best part of the game. That's the thing that caught me, not the girls. The male characters look boring in Dead or Alive. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie. The male characters in Dead or Alive, they did do dirty. Like the male characters look like boring and generic as hell. Like Ryu Hayabusa is the only one that really stood out, and Jan Lee, I guess. But and Bass also. Those three males, but everybody else looks generic as hell. All the other males look generic. Mega Man 11 is one of the best returns I've ever seen. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like I grew up playing Mega Man, but I'm not like a super Mega Man fan. What made me a Mega Man fan was Mega Man Legends series. It was that action RPG. Like that was a great dungeon crawler RPG. Action RPG. I love Mega Man Legend. He's still one of my favorite interpretations of Mega Man. Mega Man Volnut. They can just make not expensive games. They can. But then it's like this is the conundrum what's going on right now. It's like you have this generation when people get hardware, the casual, like the casual gamer, when there's new hardware, they want to see they want to see more and more improved visuals. So I think that's what that is too. So Mexicans and South Americans are absolutely, yes, they are obsessed with SNK. Definitely are. I agree with that. I see DOA as if Virtual Fighter had counter mechanics. Well, DOA was inspired. They admit that the DOA was inspired by Virtual Fighter. That's why you got those Akira, you got Jackie and Sarah as characters, guest characters in Dead or Alive 5, I believe. Yeah, it was a Dead or Alive 5. What are your current thoughts on Fatal Fury and City of the Wolves? I haven't watched much of it. I'm gonna get the game. It looks good. I'm gonna get the game. And everything's. So said all would play from 2010 to 2012 with Street Fighter, King of Fighters, Mortal Kombat, and Soul Calibur. And he said and Guilty Gear. I'm a huge Wild Dog fans and 2 stepping away from the dark vibe of the first game was a mistake, but at least 2 in Legion. Okay. Yeah, I love it, but I thought it was too short for a Mega Man game. To my Legends, I was fine for what it was. I was fine for what it was. Fatal Fury had interesting characters. I can agree with that because I watched the anime of Fatal Fury before I knew it was a game. The original was Neo Geo / arcade, of course. I like that. Dude was whipping your ass in some slacks. You can't go wrong with that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like those characters just never stood out to me because they just wearing regular clothing. Like everybody in Street Fighter had some outrageous or something that signified they were a video game character. like a lot of characters I've seen in King of Fighters, there was like fourth game, including the spin-offs and the Wii spin-offs game. Okay. I have both Street Fighter 15 Anniversary Collection and Street Fighter Alpha Anthology for PS2. Street Fighter Alpha is still my favorite Street Fighter series of all time. I love Street Fighter Alpha. Still my favorite Street Fighter series of all time. There are also great Mega Man and Mario fan games. DOA 2 Hardcore is definitely my next purchase. To anyone who still think DOA was only about boobs, need to play for 3 hours straight. Yeah, it was never about boobs. Like, people just looked at it because of how it was marketed, but never played the game. Never ever played the game. It doesn't. I tip you to show up. Yeah, I saw it. It says it on here. On my Streamlabs, it says show the 3DO, please. I'm curious. Yeah. I will show it at some point because I got it in storage. But it says it. It says I got it. But if that's not the case, I have to look into it. But it's my Streamlabs is showing me that you tipped it, the file. Playing the Ninja Gaiden on the Xbox got me into the D-Way series. Yeah. Mega Man Legends is still one of the prettiest games Capcom has ever created. Bias aside, the art style is actually timeless. Yeah. Made too many SNK made too many fighting games. No, I meant 11. Killer Instinct had a huge biography by Maximilian Dood called Fight on. Did you see that? Yeah, I think I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that. The storyline of DOA is funny because Hayabusa can clap the entire roster if he really wanted to. The story of Dear Alive is just fucking is nonsensical to me. It truly is. I don't even take that seriously. Damn, that's crazy. My art is cracking me up. He said, I've been in a down mood lately. I'm looking to feel good movie series. What are your recommendations? It can be anime or American media. I'm sorry to tell you, man. I don't really watch anything. I'm just what I do all day is either my Venus Orion comics, or I'm making videos for you guys, or I'm working on 3D hentai for my audience. I don't really watch TV. I don't really watch movies much or anime. This is all I do all day. I work all day. That's all I do. So I wouldn't be able to recommend you anything at this point. Chat, King of Fighters, the series with American Terry and Ninja Mario, right? Yeah. Means my in your opinion, was Tekken 4 a bad game? In my opinion, Tekken 4 was the best one of them all. It was the most unique one. That was the direction I wanted to like. Me playing Tekken 4, that was my favorite Tekken and still my favorite Tekken. I like it better than all the Tekkens. Tekken 4 is my favorite Tekken. I liked the direction it was going. I loved it. It was the first time it was actually in a 3D environment and stuff like that. And I think because of the backlash and what people didn't like about the environments and how certain characters behave in these open environments is what made them, I guess, like, you know what, we're not going to do this no more. But Tekken 4 is my favorite Tekken of all time. I still that's my favorite Tekken. Do I do Futanari stuff? I only do Fuda on female. I don't do Fuda on Fuda. I don't do dicks on dicks, but I do Fuda on females. It doesn't show up on your streams like supers. Yeah. That's the problem. I'm using StreamYards. I'm not using Streamlabs. StreamYards is totally different. Like it's supposed to give me a notification that you sent me something, Cook. It's supposed to do that, but I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna go through a tutorial and find out how I can make that stuff pop up because it's supposed to pop up, but for some reason it's not popping up. I'm gonna look into that. See that dinosaur? Yeah, I got the Atari Jaguar and I got the 3DO. I got the TurboGrafx. I'm gonna show all my old consoles. I'm gonna show all that stuff to you. I got the Atari Lynx, which is one of the best handheld games of all times. Handheld consoles, yeah. When do I game? That's a good question, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know when my backlog. I already showed you guys my backlog. Like look at this. It's not everything. It's not everything. This portion right here. Dropped it. More backlog. And I got more. It's on the other side of my room. Have you heard of? I probably did, but yeah, I do. None of those words in there. Check out. No things. I'm not into anything pornographic, but you do you. But yeah, Bible Black was a damn good era. Well, my first introduction to hentai was La Blue Girl, and then I was in 5th grade because my cousin he introduced me to it because he was like, "Yo," because it was in 5th grade, and it was my cousin Tyree, and there was my friend LJ. He was like, "Yo, man," he said, "You want to watch this animated?" It's like, "I got this anime I want you to see." And my cousin Tyree at the time, he had a straight porn addiction in 5th grade. He had a porn addiction, and he was the one that introduced me to porn. Like when I was in 5th grade, I knew nothing about porn at all. I was in 5th grade when he introduced me because he had the suitcase full of porn magazines, Playboy. He had porn tapes and everything. And I used to go over his house. I used to bring my Nintendo 64 over to play some Smash Brothers and stuff like that. And I remember he pulled the suitcase out and he showed me all this stuff. This is the first time I'm seeing like a naked woman. I'm seeing like boobs. I'm seeing all kinds of stuff. Like it's like the forbidden fruit. Like my eyes is big as a 5th grade. I'm like, yo, what the hell is this? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he had a suitcase. Scared at the seeing Bible Black. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you in a second. I'm gonna tell you in a second. Hold up. Yeah, La Blue Girl. Yeah. So what happened was, yeah. So he had this porn, and what happened was underneath the bed, he has this hole. He has this hole that was broken into. So he would stuff the suitcase under there so his mom wouldn't see it or whatever like that. Wouldn't find it. So he was deep into it, and he was good at drawing anime. He was good at Toriyama art style and everything. But I remember he drew this picture of Cammy. This is around the time Street Fighter 2, the anime was out. You know, the Street Fighter 2. And I remember he drew a picture of Cammy and he had all this fluid leaking out of her. I was like, what the hell is that? And I didn't know what cum was. He drew Cammy had cum leaking out of her. And like I said, we're both 5th graders. So I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, what the hell is this? He was just introducing me to this stuff. And then when his mom wasn't there, he had this, the old tube TVs with the dial on it. Well, they had cable. If you switch the dial or like that, porn will pop up. Like the channel if you haven't paid for the channel, the porn station or what like that, you can't have it doesn't appear. But when you turn the dial, it will pop up. Yeah. So yeah, it will pop up. So yeah, it was around. How old was we in 5th grade? Yeah, yeah, I think we was like, yeah, damn, we probably was like 10 or 11. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, yeah. He said, damn, that nigga's about to have the same Earl of backstory as me. Saw the blue girl as a kid. Yeah, so oh man, he accidentally corrupted himself. And I imagine, yeah, I don't know how he was introduced to it, but yeah, he was on a porn craze. Like he was literally on a porn craze. We was in 5th grade. So what happened was, like my mind, I couldn't process it. I'm like, what the hell did I just see and stuff like that? And it was so weird to me. I just never thought that. I said, so this is how it was just weird. So what happened was one day we got out of class, we got out of school, and my cousin Tyree's like, yo, you want to let's go around LJ house. So I haven't seen LJ since elementary school. I'm in middle school now. I haven't seen him since 2nd grade. So all right, cool. I'll get my Smash Brothers. I'll bring Smash Brothers and stuff like that on 64. So I said, I'll bring that too. So he said, no, you have to bring that. He said he got that, or he got the game himself, or what like that. Just bring your controller, or what like that. We'll play some Smash, but we're gonna watch this anime. So so after that, I was like, okay. So I went around his house. We get around there, and we go to his room. So he's like, yo, I got this cool anime we can watch. So I was like, all right. He popped in. It's called The Blue Girl. I didn't know what it. I'm sitting there like, okay. We watched it, and then I remember seeing the scene is all these schoolgirls running in the street. It's like these androids, and I mean they grabbing these girls and they assaulting these girls. And this one droid or robot he pulls like his metal dick out and starts shoving it up the chick or stuff like that. I'm like, whoa! I'm like, is this? I'm like, I didn't know anime or cartoons can do something like this. I'm like, what the heck is this, dude? It freaked me out so much. I left. I left the house. I didn't want to stay there. I left. It freaked me out because I was like, yo, I never saw a cartoon do something like this. So I left. After I left, I never got introduced to it. I've never seen hentai ever again. Hentai popped back up into my life was when I was in 11th grade. My cousin Josh, he had his laptop. He brought it over to the house because he had my mom used to do security systems on the computer. She used to fix people's computers, put virus protections and all kinds of other stuff. So what happened was, I remember he was on his laptop and everything, and we was waiting for mom and dad to get home and stuff like that. I remember Josh had his laptop, and he showed me. He's like, yo, man, I seen this crazy anime or whatever like that. He showed me Bible Black. I was like, Bible? I'm like, what the hell is this? So I was like, so he just showed me a scene. He's like, yo, this is some freaky shit. I'm like, all right. So I sat down. I looked at it, and I remember it was the part where the blonde hair chick, who was the nurse at the school, she was inside like the infirmary room, with the chick with the green hair or whatever like that. I remember she was talking with her, and next thing you know, out of nowhere, this chick grew a dick. I was like, whoa, like what the? And she grew a dick and started just fucking the chick. I'm like, what the hell was going on? I was like, what the? I turned that joint on. I was like, yo, what is this? Yeah, I was like, whoa. I was like, yeah, I was in 11th grade during this time. I was in 11th grade during this time. I was like, yo, I was like, I couldn't believe this. I never seen anything like this before. So yeah, that really freaked me out. She'll be a story time on YouTube. Yeah, man, that freaked me out. But this drop from Man TV. So yeah, so after that, years went by. That's when I got into 3D animation around like 2013, 2014. Because I like to create shit. So that's when I started looking up how to animate and stuff like that. Because like I said, I have a foot fetish and stuff like that. I always said to myself, like, I wonder if hentai got something like that, foot fetish stuff. And especially back then, there was a lack of it. No animations, no even gifs of it and stuff like that. So I decided to create my own space for it, my own niche. through 3D animation and stuff like that. Like I said, I love film. I love being a content creator. I love writing stories. I love all those things. So I love Mugen. So when I found out I was able to create my own hentai, I said, all right, I want to do that too. So that's what got me into it. And Fuda makes a lot of money. Fuda makes a lot of money. Padori, people love that stuff too. But Fuda makes a lot of money. So that was the thing that burst me out into the community when I released my first. It was called Fudanary Fantasy, and it was like this elf chick. She was like a queen. She was like a queen of her. No, she was a princess of her kingdom, and her kingdom was like pretty much was pretty much in trouble. I'll say that like that. And the only way for her to save her kingdom and stuff, it was the sorceress. She was a Fuda. The sorceress was a Fuda and stuff. So she would the sorceress had this spell that would help or that would protect her kingdom and stuff, but she would have to give herself to her. And it was called Fudanary Fantasy. And that was the project that blew me up. I made $700 overnight. And when I seen that, I said, okay, I got to make another one. So I made this other one. It was like a threesome. It was a Fuda and 2 chicks. It was called Femdom Vixen. I made $1,200. I made $1,200 within 2 days. And then after all that, I just kept making different. I just kept making more and more movies. But I started getting away from the Fuda because, like I said, I'm not really into Fuda or what like that, but it sells. And I got away from Fuda for a bit. And when I do Fuda, it's always my highest seller. It's always my highest seller. He said the power of Fudanary brought him riches. Yeah. So did you check out Cosmic, the animator? If you enjoy animated cat fights, yeah. Somebody sent me. I think it was you that sent me the link. Yeah, I checked it out. Yeah, Tichimuya and Tanami. Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, that's what got me. That's what made me money. That made me a lot. That made me a lot of money. And then I got away from it and just wanted to do, normal, like more normal stuff than the Fuda stuff. So that's why I sort of built my own 3D hentai universe. I got a lot of characters that people love. I also base some of my. It's funny. I started getting requests from people that I know from the internet, like especially chicks that I know wanted me to make them into characters and stuff like that. So I started I got some hentai chicks that's based that I made to look like some of the chicks that I know and stuff like that. What's so funny about it is like you don't know how my hentai stuff saved marriages. I get fan mail. I got fan mail from a couple of married couples who said that they like that my hentai saved their marriage because they will watch my stuff before they get naughty with each other and stuff like that. So I really appreciate that and everything. So yeah, so after I created my universe, then I made myself into a character. So I made myself into a character. I got a harem of chicks and stuff like that. It's called Xalas meets Xalas meets reality. That's the name of my series. And then Sindel Heights is another series that I got. It's only on episode 4. It's an hour long. Those are like my soap opera hentai series and stuff like that. So that's the one that makes that all that stuff makes a lot of money. And then characters. What were your thoughts on the video I've sent? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Pretty sure you'll get that money. Yeah, like I said, Venus and Ryan Comics wouldn't have been the thing if it wasn't for the hentai. It wouldn't. My daughter got the best education if it wasn't for that and stuff like that. They would get her through private school and get her in these different programs and stuff because that money allowed me to do that. You know what I'm saying? This cabinet hentai money, these consoles hentai money. You know what I'm saying? So they allow me to be able to do these things, to allow me to upgrade my PC and everything and stuff. So I think that. So I got other business. And because of that, I was able to invest and create other businesses because of hentai. So that's what. So I never thought in a million years that I would be creating hentai. I never thought in a million years that I'd be creating hentai. But look, this is where I am, and it got me this far. Just don't turn into a multiverse. And like I said, when it comes to my Venus and Ryan comic stuff, some of my characters are based off of my hentai girls. Like I said before, Mighty Girl is based off of Julie. She's from my 3D hentai universe. Siona is based off of my character, based off of one of my hentai characters. Who else? There's two other characters that I have. There's two other characters that I have. Because I haven't revealed them yet, so I have to hold off on that because I haven't revealed them. But that I based off of. I should DM you my sketch you might like. Okay, enemy chicks with dick save my marriage. Yeah. And then I did one human furry. I did one human fucking a furry chick. I did one of those, and that surprised me so really well. That it was called it was a series called what was the series called? What's it called? It wasn't called Freak Night. Was it called Freak Night, or was it called I think it was called Freak Night. That's what I think it was called. It was my folklore series, where that series focuses on, like elf chicks, like the fantasy stuff, elf chicks, like furry type, like creep, like sexy looking anamorphic type chicks with boobs and stuff like that. It was focusing on that. It was a human, after this furry, this fox chick. She's like a humanoid fox chick or whatever like that. And it's so much damn. It made so much damn money. I only made one. I only made one movie, and I did that like 3 years ago, and people still buying that movie. The movie was only 30. It was almost 30 minutes. It was like almost a 30-minute long movie. It was pretty much this dude. He lives on a farm with he was like a farmer family, and it was him and his wife. And pretty much the premise was his wife wasn't giving him none. Like for some reason they haven't been having sex. She haven't been giving him none. She's been denying him sex and stuff like that. So, it was thunderstorming outside and stuff, but they heard some noise in the barn area, like in the barn and stuff like that. So the wife, she gets up and hears the sound. She tells him, like, she wakes him up, and he's like, what the hell? Or whatever like that. So she wants him to go out there and go find out what it is. So he's like, all right. And said, I ain't going out there. So you go out there. He said, all right, if you go out there, you gotta give me some ass. Cause like, yo, I haven't had none in a long time or whatever like that. So she promised him that or whatever like that. But he already knew that she wasn't gonna give him none. So he goes outside, he goes into the barn. When he gets into the barn, he hearing all this commotion and stuff. He goes up, and that's when he looks in the corner. Is this big titty fox chick or whatever like that, and pleasuring herself in the corner or whatever like that. He catches her. He said, hey, wait, it's one of those witchicalms or whatever like that. And her nipples and everything's like tender because she's like in it's mating season and stuff like that. So now he's just he started fucking it and stuff like that. And then the wife gets out of bed wondering what's taking him so long. And then she goes to the barn and she climbs up the ladder, and then she looks, and she's watching the whole time as he's fucking this thing or whatever like that. So yeah. That made me some money. Yeah, that made me some money, man. That made me some money. And I voice act in my stuff as well and everything. And it's just funny where I have a whole folder for every voice actor and actress and stuff like that. So I have older voices and stuff. It's just so funny hearing all the takes, like the chicks. Like I remember this one voice actress. I don't know why she didn't cut the take out, but she left the take in there. Because I needed her to do like a blowjob, sound effect and stuff. And she said, "Hold on, one second, I had to grab my dildo real quick." And she, I got it and stuff. And then she knocking everything down, looking for a dildo and everything, saying "fuck" and everything. And then she recorded her, sucking on it and stuff like that to give me the sound effects I need. Or if I need like a sloppy hand job, then She's like, hold on, let me lube it up. She'll lube up the dildo, and then she's stroking it and stuff like that to make the sounds. I'm still learning. I'm still like I said, since I've been doing this Venus and Ryan comic stuff, I haven't really spent time with Blender as long as I wanted to. I'm probably starting next year. I'm gonna go heavy into the Blender and stuff, so I can actually sit down and more with it and stuff. So haven't really tapped into it as much or whatever because I've just been busy with this Venus and Ryan comic stuff. But so how much of the spiciest are you going to implement into Venus Ryan comics though? There would be some spicy situations, but I'm not gonna go like crazy with it and stuff like that. I mean, like there's gonna be some parts in Venus Ryan comics where it's part of this, like it serves the story. It has to be a reason. I'm not gonna just throw it in there just to throw it in there because oh look at me, you know, look like fan service. No, there's gonna be a reason why. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like especially when it comes to VK, there's gonna be some things that talk about human trafficking, prostitution, and stuff like that that's going to pop up in the comic and stuff. And there's going to be some parts where it's going to show some certain things. It's not going to be super graphic or anything. Some of it's going to be implied, but you'll probably want to see a titty or two or whatever like that. And when those scenes, things like that happens, but it serves the story. It's not going to be just there just to be there and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Stop lubricating the man. But yeah, so so there's going to be some spicy things that will pop up in my universe and stuff like that, but it's going to be context. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to just put it in there just to put it in there. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that I do is to tell you, like everything that I do with Venus and Ryan comics, everything I do is going to be intentional. There's a reason. There's going to be a reason why I do the things that I do. It's never going to just be there just to be there. Yes, there will be some fan service shots, like an ass shot showing her ass or like that. There'll be some fan service that's going to be there. But most of the stuff that I will put, the things that I will put in there that is kind of like spicy or whatever like that is for a reason. It's going to be there. Like I said, let's talk more of the yeah. There's gonna be some nice spicy posters of some of the chicks and stuff like that. Some of my Venus and Ryan comics chicks. There's gonna be some stuff for the chicks that love the male characters and stuff like that. There's gonna be some spicy stuff, especially on my Patreon. Now, my Patreon, I will have my artists draw some spicy stuff that's only exclusive that you have to go to the tier to get some spicy stuff or some of my comic book chicks and stuff like that. And for the fans and stuff like that. So I had some of that type of stuff, some of that type of art that you can have and stuff like that, and everything. But yeah, I definitely have some stuff like that for you guys to enjoy and stuff, and everything. And almost forget. Let me find got so deep in the conversation and forgot to do my normal plug here. Forgot. Yeah, so almost forgot. Don't forget I forgot to do this plug earlier in the show. As I said before, Striking Keys, my brother's t-shirt company. Like I said, we do custom designs. So there's a design that you want us to do for you, definitely hit us up. Go into the chats. We also have our own designs. And you won't be able to find the designs anywhere else but our website because we're graphic designers. So you won't be able to find this stuff on eBay. You won't be able to find this stuff on Amazon or anything, these type of designs. You will only be able to find them from our website, Striking Keys. And put into the chat, I'm going to answer all your questions regarding the universe in a second. So yes, you go here. I'll also will have Mugen TV will eventually have a store as well where you'll be able to get Mugen TV merch. And then once I finish the pre-order campaign for Venus and Ryan Comics, Venus and Ryan Comics will have a store here as well where you'll be able to get Venus and Ryan Comics merchandise and everything. That will open up later next year, 2025. So definitely check it out. Like I said, we're stationed in Philadelphia. We have a studio there. If you live locally or close by, if you order something, you can just come by the studio and pick it up. Or if you live close enough, my brothers would drive it down to you guys. So whichever way works for you guys, definitely check it out. Then, as I said before, Venus and Ryan Comics, a newsletter. I always want to keep urging you guys to check out the Venus and Ryan Comics newsletter. It's very important. It's very essential because with the newsletter, you will always get behind the scenes exclusives that only people in the newsletters will get. Also, you get free wallpapers that I will put out. So it's free. It doesn't cost you anything at all. It's free. Just put your email address in. It goes into my database, so I have all your emails collected. I'm gonna be able to send out whatever information you need to know. And like I said before, it's also important is because when the pre-orders do open up, you'll be the first to know that it opened, and you can be able to go straight there. Because as I said before, which we're going to move on to the next part, and as I mentioned at the bottom, down here is all my social media platforms. You can find Venus and Ryan Comics. But why it's important is for the simple fact is there are limited items. There's going to be limited items when pre-orders open up. I'm going to have a lot of goodies. I mean, you're going to love these goodies. I'm going to have a preview. I'm going to have a video that's going to showcase some of the goodies, but I'm going to leave the rest as a surprise for you guys on pre-order day. But I'm gonna have a video. I'm gonna try to have a video up this week or this weekend. Not sure what's going to happen yet. But the reason why I tell you to do this is right now, I encourage you guys right now, if you're interested in supporting Venus and Ryan Comics or VK itself, if I put the link in the chats, click on that. If you're interested and you want to show some support, please go to the pre-launch page right now. I encourage you to go right now. You have to create a Kickstarter account. You can't pre-order anything if you don't have a Kickstarter account. Because when you make a Kickstarter account, you have to wait to get your email verified. So you don't wait until the day of pre-orders to go decide to want to make a Kickstarter account. Then you have to wait to get your account verified. And by this time, people are buying up or pre-ordering stuff. They're pre-ordering stuff and everything. So you don't want to be late. You don't want to be late to the party. So I encourage you right now, if you haven't yet and you're interested, please right now go check that out right now. Go to that link that I post in the comment section in the chat. To go here, hit that notification bell. It definitely helps. And the more followers I get, it helps me in the algorithm and the Kickstarter community. I'll be posted in the feed for everybody who's on Kickstarter to come and check it out. And also, even if you don't want to buy a comic, even if you don't want to buy any merchandise, when it goes live on pre-order day, still come check it out because there is a donation button where you can just give to the campaign, and you can give whatever you want. There's no certain amount. You can give whatever you want above like that. So when you go into this on the day that it opens, just go to it. Even if you don't want to buy anything, you just want to support the cause, or you just want to support Venus and Ryan Comics, you can just send money. You can just do that. That will also help out too if you don't want to buy anything. And you can give whatever you want. I don't care how much it is. You can give whatever you want. Don't care or whatever like that. So yes, definitely go check that out as well. So another thing I wanted to show to you guys, if you haven't checked it out, that I'm really excited about, that I can't wait to show off on the day, because the day of presentation for Venus and Ryan Comics, the day of the pre-order, I have 2 trailers that I'll be showing off to you guys. I can't wait to show off the 2 trailers to you, but I did put a sneak peek of another VK trailer that will be released on the day of the campaign. So here's a little sneak peek for you guys. My artist, Chabibit Jessica, she had this. I did a teaser trailer, and she wanted to do a teaser trailer. So this is her teaser trailer, but this is just a sneak peek of the teaser trailer for you guys to check out and everything. So,
am I right, vampire?
What is going on
Kid,
here?
did you forget? The party was canceled to avoid a potential police raid. Your friend should already know that.
No fucking way. Is he even
You
human?
think you're doing?
Yeah, so that was a teaser for the trailer. It's for the trailer itself, and I can't wait to show that off to you guys. It said follow the Kickstarter chat. You bet your ass I'm gonna yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely hyped. Can't wait. I'm looking forward to you guys to be able to see the trailer. I said, will there be product placement in your universe? Oh yeah, there will be like Easter eggs. Like I said, my own universe itself, man. It's gonna have clothing, like a clothing line. Like I told you, Neo Gear is one of the clothing lines that that's in my universe. It's very, very popular in my universe. The Neo Gear is very you've seen it already, some of it, and Keo, Isaiah Draven. Keo's wearing Neo Gear. He's wearing Neo Gear. Who else is wearing who else I have wearing Neo Gear? There was another character. Did I reveal him yet? Because I don't want to spoil anything. Yeah, I'll hold off on that because I don't want to spoil anything. I ain't revealed that character yet. But yeah, so we're gonna have all that type of stuff as well when it comes to Venus Orion comics and everything. And like I said, I'm super excited for it. I can't wait to reveal everything to you guys, and can't wait to see what your thoughts and opinions are, especially on a lot of these characters. So we almost there. As in what? 2 more weeks? 2 more weeks before the launch. The launch is here. I will be on a couple of podcasts too. I would love for you guys to show up, and I'll give you the dates of when I'll be on these podcasts, promoting Venus Orion comics and everything like that. So hopefully you guys will show up for that as well. That's raw. We should do another interview. Oh yeah. We can like I won't be streaming a whole lot leading up to the launch of Venus Orion comics. So expect that. So Wednesday, which is Christmas, I believe, I'll be streaming. I'll be streaming on Christmas. Then I'll be streaming again probably on Saturday. And then I'll be streaming again. So I'll be streaming. I'll probably stream it every 2 days or every other day or everything like that. What's up? What you looking for? Yeah, so I'm excited for that. I can't wait. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get on as many platforms as possible. I would love to talk with Maximilian Dood. But like I said, like, who am I? Compared to him, who am I? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not on his radar. Like, so will I ever, like, that would be a nice interview. There's a lot of people I would like to talk with and get on a podcast with, you know. Like I said, in order for certain, if y'all want to see me, especially when it comes to this comic and stuff, and want to see me get on other people's platforms, you guys, my audience, would have to go to them yourself, like say, hey, this needs to happen. This needs to happen. Because like I said, people don't just do things just to want to do things. Yes, you got some people that are out there that are generous who just want to like help other people or put other people onto their platform. You know, out of the kindness of their heart. But people want to know, how can they benefit? Most people want to benefit from having people on their platforms. How can they benefit from it? So you guys, my audience, have to go to these people yourself and say, no, you need to have Mugen Lord on your platform. You need to interview him. You need to collab with him. This is what we want to see. And if enough of you guys do that, it will happen. Just like how these developers say, hey, you want a certain game? You guys got to speak loud enough. So if you guys want to see certain things happen, you guys got to go out and speak loud enough to these people. You know what I'm saying? Is that a thing? It'd be funny as fuck on the new Black Street streams. What's the new Black Street streams? Never heard of that. So if I was on Saturday Night Hypnosis, I was on Hypnotics. You never Hypnotics. That stream that I was on before he got other big players. That stream, he told me on live. He said, "Yo, this is the highest view stream I've ever had." When he had me on his platform before he got other people on. Or whatever like that. I was on the Hypnosis. I was on there twice, actually. I was on there twice. That would be cool. That would be cool, man. That would be cool, Strato. That would be cool. If y'all do that, that would be cool. Who thinks that? He said, I never got to people. Yeah, I was on Hypnotics. I had fun on there. So I might end up appearing on Hypnotics stream again. It's whenever he hits me back up. Am I streaming next Friday? Yeah, I'll be streaming next Friday. Believe it or not, guys, because of this damn comic book, is getting me into the habit of streaming now. Because remember, my streaming was inconsistent as hell. But ever since this comic is about to come out and everything, and trying to get people aware of this comic and stuff like that, it's getting me into the habit of streaming. And I think this is going to start becoming a norm, starting to see me stream more. But yeah, if y'all raid his stream or anybody's stream that y'all know, all over like that, I think that'd be cool. First get people like Smug to play on your stream, then go for your big dogs. Justin Wong, aka the Wansler, get good with him, then go for Max. That sounds like the strategy, but I gotta be able to play. He said first people like Smug to play on your stream. I have to be somebody even to probably be able to approach Smug. I have to have some type of notoriety. You know what I'm saying? Like people, like I said, if y'all want certain things to happen, all y'all gotta do is just say, hey guys, like yo man, you really need to do something with Mugen Lord and this, that, and the third. My audience has to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, these people, like, who am I compared to a lot of these people? You know what I'm saying? I'm not even on people's radar. So who am I? You know what I'm saying? Could you bring in Keel Lancer and ask his thoughts on Naughty Dog Intergalactic? He's playing right now. If you probably can't hear him right now, but he's playing. He's playing Marvel Rivals with Strike. I do want to play Marvel Rivals with you guys. I'll be streaming with my brothers with some Marvel Rivals probably this weekend. So you guys can be able to you guys can probably be able to play be able to watch me and my brothers play some Marvel Rivals. I think that'll be pretty cool. I think that'll be pretty fun and everything. Just put a message. I think the only way to get somebody's attention, you want the super chat. They ain't gonna have no choice but to read it. Let's see. Could you? Yeah. I look. I know a lot of you guys want to hear Keel Lancer's opinions on stuff. So, I'm gonna have a stream. I'm gonna have a stream one day where I have both Strike and Keel Lancer. We're just gonna be just like asking questions, talking and stuff. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna surprise you guys. I'm gonna do a shadow stream where just my brothers will just be there on the stream. So I'm not gonna tell you guys when I'll do it, but I'm gonna do it. Have my brothers on the stream. You guys get to chat with all three of us. I think that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna just do it or whatever. He said, "Wow, he's really hooked on that game." Both my brothers are hooked on that game. Like I gotta play with them. I did training mode today, because like I said, I want to learn. I want to learn from each class. Like right now, I'm trying Captain America, Magic, and Luna, and let me see, what is it? Captain America, Luna, Magic, and Punisher. And Thor. I want to try Thor too. He said this is right up your alley. What I haven't played in a long time is Mugen itself. Yeah, I'm gonna surprise you guys one day and Straddle drop a Mugen video. I don't know when, but I want to do that. But yeah, we gotta do. I definitely want to play Marvel Rivals with you guys. I'm gonna play with my brothers first, but I do want to do a stream where you guys are actually teaming up with me. We gonna play together. John De La Rose had a bad take on Zone Zero game on Twitter, and people clowned them. Dude, like I remember I was beefing with him, but he does it. this is what I learned with Della Rose. Della Rose does this because he said he's not a YouTuber, and he says YouTube is just to promote his comic. He's grifting pretty much. He's being controversial on purpose to bring attention to his comic. That's all he's doing it for. That's all he's doing it for. That's when I was engaging with him, and when he admitted that to me, that he's only doing it he's not really a YouTuber, because we remember that stupid ass argument he called the Zelda game woke, the game that's about Zelda and stuff. He got called out for it. I called him out for it. Then he tried to say I was trying to cancel him. I said, why the fuck? Dude, I respect what he does as an indie comic person. He has his own thing. I respect that. But him as a person who don't, as a content creator, as far as talking about gaming, dude, you don't know shit. You don't know shit about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then you are a tourist, and you just weighing in on shit that you don't know anything about. I don't hate him as a person. I just disagree with him a little bit like that. But when I got into that, that thing with him, that debate with him about the whole situation, and then he admitted to me, well, I'm not really a YouTuber, I'm not really a YouTuber or whatever. Like I'm a comic writer, this, that, and the third. He said my YouTube channel is just to promote my comic and stuff. I just use it to promote a comic. So that's when I stopped going back and forth with him, because every time I started arguing with him, he was saying I'm trying to cancel him. Then he would retweet me because he was trying to drum up controversy, because that controversy brings more clicks to him so he can sell his comic. So everything he does, he just let the hat out of the bag. Everything he does is just to sell his comic. That's all it's for. So let me see. So I'm somewhere around River Streams enough to know it won't really go anywhere aside from the viewers and chat being a little more aware, talking about it. His response will go along the lines of, yeah, anyone's welcome. They can reach out at the business email. They can cross each other. Coke, that's about right. That's about right. Sounds like Griffin Gaming. He's a anti-woke. He said, who's King and Queen Lion from? He said, Melanie verse of indie comics with Lord. No. So your mains are Captain America, Spider-Man, and Psylocke. Yeah, I'm not locking anyone down as a main yet. These are the people I want to try out, Favorite superhero? That's a good question. Do I have a favorite superhero, man? I've been so drained with Western comics, Western comic superheroes, because of what's been going on today. And now that I'm building my own, I don't know. I don't look at I don't look at the mainstream comics the same anymore. Especially now that I'm creating my own comics, and I'm a story writer and stuff. I'm story writer and everything, and creating my own stuff. I don't really look at the Western, especially Western comics and stuff like that, because they just ruined them. They ruined them to me, man. I don't look at them the same like I used to. What's up, PK? Do you still have zero respect for the creator of Tales of for not having an open conversation with both sides? Yeah, that's the thing that upset me about him, because I thought they was going to have a meaningful conversation and discussion, and it didn't happen that way. It sounded like they was going to have a good discussion, and then he would say, well, I'll just leave it here on the internet and stuff, instead of actually having a discussion, face to face and stuff. And then when it sounded like that we were getting somewhere with that discussion, then he would go retweet other things that happened in the past and stuff. So I'm like, whatever. Got through eating, finished my tournament. I didn't want to finish my tournament. You should look them up. They have a whole comic on black superheroes. It's dope. Plus, King Lion is like a comic guru. Okay. Yeah, especially in the indie comics, I got a couple of actual black comics from black creators and stuff like that. I collect a lot of those as well. It said, do you check out the Gato trailer of Wolves? I think no, I didn't check out. I disagree with your take on it being generic. Gato, yeah. No, I haven't checked out Gato yet. I've seen the thumbnail, but I haven't checked it out. Della Rose is now playing victim and call people that disagree with him and John as SJWs. It's all part of him trying to sell comics. That's what it is. That's all it is. He's just trying to sell his comic. I understand. I see what he's doing. That's what he's doing. So he's purposely being controversial. That's what John is doing. He's purposely being controversial. That's his way of selling his books. But yeah, man, like it's gonna be crazy, man. It's definitely gonna be crazy. When it comes to all this. Oh, my food is here and everything. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the night, guys. I'm about to eat dinner. I'm gonna chill for the rest of the night. I might stream again tomorrow, actually. It's Christmas Eve tomorrow, so I might stream again tomorrow. Around the same time, probably. Or a little bit earlier. Not early. I'm not sure yet, but I may stream tomorrow. But I'm definitely streaming on Christmas, though. So you can expect to stream on Christmas, but I might stream tomorrow. So as I said before we close out, check out my my Kickstarter for Venus Orang Comics and VK. My first series is a pre-order campaign. Like I said before, the pre-order campaign, it helps. It allows me to be able to print the books because as I said before we close out, the books are already done. As I said before, I put it in the chat, the Kickstarter in the chat and everything, so you can go check that out. But as I said before, the Kickstarter, the book is already done. So you don't have to worry about waiting a whole year or 2 years for a book to be done. The book is already done. It's 4 variant covers, as I said before. Those of you who are new to the chat, 4 covers. This is the base cover. Digital. I'm also doing digital. If you buy the physical, you get the digital with it for free. So $15 for the base. Digital is $5. So yes. So if you get the physical, you get the digital for free. But if you want the digital standalone, it's $5. Digital is $5. Base cover $15. Cover B $20. And cover C $25. Cover D, as I said before, $30. You open it up, and this would be the trend. This is more like especially for collectors and stuff. So every cover D would have something like this. It tells a story. It foreshadows sometimes either what's in the chapter or it foreshadows future events. And I'll leave clues in there, and maybe you can pretty much find it out later on as you read through it and finish and everything. As I said before, it's an anime type of art style that I'm going with and everything. Signed copies. You don't have to get it signed, but signed copies is $5. It's additional $5, but you don't have to get it signed. But it's an additional $5 for signed, because it's a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit I gotta sign and shit like that. And it's gonna be limited. It's gonna be limited to 100. There's only gonna be 100 copies, signed copies of whatever covers of whichever cover you want signed and stuff like that. Only doing 100. I'm only doing 100. I'm doing 100 signed or whatever like that. As I said before, the comic releases January 6th. Well, not the pre-orders is up January 6th. January 6th is when the pre-orders is up. I have a 3-month window to make sure everything is sent out, because with Kickstarter they said you have to give yourself a grace period. So after the campaign is done, I have up until May to make sure everybody got their stuff. So yes, it's a 3-month period that makes to send out everything. I gave myself a 3-month window to make sure to send out stuff. Like I said, I'm doing everything in-house. I'm not a big business, so I mean I have to ship out everything with my brothers and my dad and stuff, and package everything, ship out and stuff like that. So it's a 3-month window. So May is the deadline to make sure everybody got their stuff, or like that. But I ain't playing around. Like the moment this is done, and the funds go into my account, we gonna start shipping shit out. We're gonna start packaging shit up and start sending shit out. Like, and I want to live stream. I'm gonna live stream us packaging this stuff, so you guys can come chat with me and my brothers and my dad and my daughter, because she's gonna be helping. packaging this stuff up and start sending it out to you guys. So we're gonna be live streaming that. I think that's gonna be fun. I'm able to chat. You can be a live stream with my brothers, live stream with my daughter, and all of us and stuff like that. So I'm not playing around. I'm gonna make sure this stuff gets out and get into your hands. Digital copies. Everybody who got digital copies, the digital copies will go out a week ahead of fulfillment. A week ahead of fulfillment. Before we begin fulfillment. So also keep that in mind. So you guys have a good night, and I'll be seeing you Game Fiends later. Peace out.